Bing.
Hey, we're live. Welcome, everybody, to Sunday Night Shenanigans. I'm joined with Will Hornbuckle here.
Yes.
Tim James, the Oily Prepper, Mikey D, Mike DeLucia, and Tommy. I'm a redneck Cockaham. You have to say it like that. Cockaham.
Jiminy Great
Cockaham.
That's a great palm.
We're still waiting for Mr. Jack of all trades. He said he'd be a few minutes before we get, actually started. We went ahead and went live just to chat a little bit. But tonight, it's the great debate. What we come up with is, I got a couple of topics, some serious, some not too serious. So then, oh yeah, it's always got a rookie. Okay, some serious, some not too serious. I'm going to split the chat up, or I'm going to split the panel up, and throw a topic out there and assign them to pros or cons. Whether they agree with that topic or not, they're going to have to either debate the pros and the cons of that topic. I'm just going to kind of sit back and enjoy and moderate, not work too hard. And I'm going to ask you out there in the external to let us know whose side you're on with the debate, whether or not they're convincing enough to change your mind or actually win the debate. So that's what we're going to do here in a few minutes. But right now, I'm going to let Mikey go out to the external and the chat and let us know who's all out there with us.
All right. Actually, Stump, I can only go. I had it a minute ago, then I refreshed it and I lost it all. But I noticed that HNRE 42. You're gonna have to help me out. Joel Sweatman was there. With the first, you're gonna have to help me with the first few a while.
Oh well, let me go up to the top here.
I don't know why. I can't go all the way back.
No, I can't go up either. I can't. It's stopping me at Utah Redneck Nichols.
Right, exactly. Well, it stopped me at Stump. So we got Stump Greenwood, Sickman 99, Ohio Relic, Utah Redneck Nichols, Swansea Searcher, Will Hornbuckle, as he's in here, as you guys know, Bush Brother, the Oily Preppy, as you see her in here, Todd Mitch, Merv Duperv joined us tonight. That's nice to know. I'm a redneck.
Oh my gosh.
Jack of all trades. Texas Chevy. There was a couple at the top. I know Kojo is here tonight.
What's up, Kojo?
Who else?
Did you get Todd Mitch?
I got Todd Mitch. I wanted to say Joel Sweatman, but I forgot who was here first. Oh, Gear Gryden was here.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still here, but he was here. So if I missed anybody, just do me a huge favor. Just politely write in there, hey, Mike, hey, what the hell?
Yeah, just say, hey, we're here too.
I'll interrupt who's over speaking, and I'll show you out. Well, so that's it, sir.
No problem with that. We have no problem interrupting people, right, Mike?
Absolutely.
I said we have no problem interrupting people, right, Mike?
Right, Mike.
Huh? Yeah.
I have no problem with it. Just others do.
Update from last night's Redneck Zone chat with I'm a Redneck Cockerham. The update is none of us have heard from Manland. So
Not sure if he's alive or not.
not sure what's going on in that situation.
I have a little bit. He said it was not red blood that he was spitting up. He thinks it was part of the pepper.
Part of the paper towel. I think I saw that comment on something.
Yeah.
It was a printing on the paper towel.
I'm not really, I believe that.
I'm just wondering if there was some type of intoxication level before the pepper was eaten, just to, you know?
That would probably have made it taken from somebody who hasn't seen that chat yet. Just see a kid. I would not have, if I was going to do that, any type of pepper, but especially like the world's hottest pepper, milk, like a half a gallon of milk going in my belly first, not booze, and then milk after I ate it, and all that, because it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Well, Frank swears up and down that the milk doesn't help that pepper.
Oh, that particular pepper doesn't have milk, doesn't help it. Okay, I stand corrected then. I thought it would. I've eaten some pretty damn hot peppers in my lifetime, and milk has helped. I have not eaten a ghost pepper, but I've eaten every other one pretty much, and it's always, milk has always done it for me. So
We have Central Oregon Survival Network out there, Bush Brother out there. Don't know if you had shouted him out before.
I think I got Bush, but I didn't get Central Oregon. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Todd Mitch said mayo don't help. Yeah, Mike, you missed it. Yeah.
My stomach still hurts from the mayo thing, and I have been severely convinced that Ohio, you are indeed evil, as Mouse does.
We do have an update, Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Dear Griden 19 says at 11:23 a.m. this morning, he commented on my share of the chat. He said, I did it. I survived. Barely, though. So he's alive.
Well, he has tentatively agreed to try a Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper. Yeah. I don't know, man.
But I remember that.
I think he'll change his mind if, you know. But, yeah, Mike, he was trying to figure out something to help, and Frank came up with some concoction with, like, I think vodka and lemon juice, and to put a little bit of water in it to dilute it.
Right.
And jokingly, I said, you know, because what he would do is he'd put it in the glass, he'd come back, and now what? And Frank would say, you've got to put water in it up to this much or whatever, and he'd go do that and come back and say, now what? Jokingly, I said, the next time he comes back, tell him he's got to put salt and pepper in it. And everyone laughed, and I said, or mayonnaise, you know, just joking, you know. And so he comes back, and he says, all right, yo, I'm ready to do this. And I said, I just blurted it out. Did you put the mayonnaise in it? And he's like, what? I said, did you put the mayonnaise in it? He's like, I'll be right back. And he goes to the refrigerator, and he gets a spoonful of mayonnaise and stirs mayonnaise up in his vodka, lime, or vodka, water, and lemon.
He must have a cast iron.
It was one of the looked like the stomach curling thing you've ever seen in a glass, man. And he chugged it.
Wow.
And then he realized there shouldn't have been mayonnaise in it, and he kind of was like, yo, that's some bullshit, y'all.
Right.
And then Ohio says, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip.
Maybe the rest of us. The rest of us was screaming, no, don't eat it, don't do it, don't do it. He wouldn't listen.
Hey.
Detecting.
SSR Knives and Guns was out there.
Yep, Detecting with Stad showed up. SSR Knives and Guns came in. How are you? Good evening. Carolina Reaper, almost twice as hot as the Ghost Pepper. I thought the Ghost Pepper was probably one of the hottest ones. I didn't know that. I didn't know the Carolina Reaper was hotter than that one. Did you guys know that? Did you know that the Carolina Reaper was?
I have no clue, dude. A banana pepper is about as hot as I go.
I can do jalapeno depending how it's cooked, and you know, it's not too.
Not me.
The Guinness Book of World Records actually recognizes the Reaper as the hottest pepper in the world.
I was gonna say I just did a Google search on the 10 hottest peppers in the world, and you are 110% right. Carolina Reaper is Carolina Reaper HP22B. The Trinidad Scorpion Maruga. The Trinidad Scorpion Butch T. the number 7. No, I'm sorry. Pot Primo Pepper and the Ghost Pepper. So the Ghost Pepper is the 5th hottest pepper.
The Reaper has the hottest pepper in the world. I was going to say, I just did a cruise and tried the hottest peppers.
Yeah. And then the White Ghost Pepper is the
Carolina Reaper HQ2B.
So
who's
got the volume up?
Yeah, I just muted it real quick.
Okay. So yeah, that's 110% right, as Mr. Cockerham pointed out.
Are these some kind of natural peppers, or are they genetic?
Yeah, you can buy the seeds. There's prices. If you go, just go on Google and type in 10 hottest peppers, okay, and click on the first link. It will give you the price. One of them's like $5.57. So yeah, you can buy them. They'll send you the seeds, and good luck growing them. You know what I mean, brother?
I don't do peppers. I was just wondering if they were natural, that they grew in the Carolinas, or
yeah. Oh, you mean if it's medically induced or Monsanto induced
splice to make them hotter or somehow or something.
Right. I hear what you're saying. You know what? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
I'm almost sure. Which I know Frank says he distresses his, which he says he limits their water, which makes them hotter because the oil condenses more or something in them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure the Carolina Reaper is not a natural growing pepper.
Not for sure either.
I mean, I would hate to think there's something in this world that can literally you pick off of a vine and just absolutely roast you.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Hi guys.
BJ!
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't want to go see something on a tree.
Mike.
What?
Ohio, did you Mr. Fatman?
Chad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent him one in his bell. Is he out there looking for?
No, he's not out there, but I saw he just put something in the.
Mikey, we can't hardly hear you.
Yeah, put your mic back down, Mike. Mike D on the mic. Mike D on the microphone.
Talk about amateurs. No.
Mike on the.
I'm teasing.
Oh, you're teasing me? I didn't tease you. We were late because we were waiting on somebody. I don't want to say too many names. I'm not going to mention any names. But,
Well, if you would have just got your butt in here, we wouldn't have had to worry about it, would we?
I'm not going to mention any names, but it wasn't a male. But,
I'll tell you what.
Dang it!
He just got here, so
We
let's
do.
narrow it down.
Yeah, we do have enough to go ahead and start the first half of our great debate.
Here we go.
So,
Uh-oh.
here we go. Will's ready. Let's do this by. Let's put a northerner on each side. So, Will,
Me and Will are on opposite teams.
you're going to be opposite teams. Now we're going to put southerners on each side.
Oh, great.
So, Tim, you'll be on with Will.
Oh, come on.
And Tommy, you're on with Mike.
Thank you.
All right, and then we have a lady for each side. Peachy, do you even know what we're doing right now since you came in late?
Not a clue.
We're
All right, I'll take Oily.
Okay, Mike, I'll do that for you. You get Oily. Peachy, what we're doing is we're having debates. I'm going to moderate, and also the people out in the chat are going to help moderate by letting us know who they think is winning the debate or whatever. I got a couple serious topics and a couple off the wall stuff, just random stuff. and we're going to probably debate maybe 10 minutes on each topic, maybe 15. I don't know. See how it goes. Could be longer. But I'll throw a topic up there, and we'll say, Will, you'll be Will's the team captain for you guys. So you got Will, Tim, and Peachy. Which is kind of easy because if you look at our screen, I know on the YouTube it's split up, but on our screen it's 3 on one side, 3 on the other. So you'll be team 1 and team 2. Mike, you're gonna be the number 2s there, Mike. And
Oh, wait, so I'm shit.
I'll decide whether you are pro or con or or whatever the topic is. You'll be for this topic or against this topic or whatever. So
Whose team am I on now? Or who am I
You're
fighting against?
You're on number 2. You're
Okay.
2. You're with Mike and Tommy. So
Alrighty.
And
let's start off. Everyone's heard of the Amtrak train derailment, right? You guys hear that in recent news?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
How
Well,
far
that's
back?
good then. How far back? Like last couple days.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: the train derailed. Yeah, it was going where from Washington D.C. to New York or something like that. Mike's calling timeout already.
Fat Man Tolly's in the comment section. Did you
Okay.
send him the link?
Yes, I did.
Where did you send it?
I sent it to both. I sent it to his YouTube messages.
There you go, Mr. Tolly. Go to YouTube. All right. I'm sorry, Ohio. Go ahead.
Okay. So this train derailed. As of now, I think it killed 8 people, injured like 70 or more. I'm not even sure. It might even be like 200 maybe got injured. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But what I've heard in the news, and of course, depends on what news you listen to, the reason behind the train derailment. And here are the 2 reasons that you're hearing the most, and this is what we're going to debate real quick. Team number 1, you are going to debate the train derailment. The cause of the train derailment was poor infrastructure. Not enough money going into the rail system and stuff from government and taxpayers. Team number 2, you are going to debate that it was all human error. And if you don't know, I will just give you a quick thing that the train derailed around a corner, and the black box of the train, they already decided that it was going twice the recommended speed at the time. So,
Yes.
with that, I'm going to toss it on over to Mr. Hornbuckle, team captain of the number 1s,
I'm
and
team
let
1.
him. What's that?
I didn't
You're
know.
team 1.
Okay. Yeah, it's just
And I'll.
typical of the taxpayers' money not actually taking care of the infrastructure as they should, right? Right, Utah? Right, Tim?
Utah or Tim?
Right. Right.
Right. So, did I pick a topic a little bit too serious for us right now? Or what?
I haven't even heard of it, so kind of in the dark.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wow, Peachy just gave up on us. She's like, I'm out of here. I don't know nothing about no train wreck.
Tell me that.
Speaking of train wreck, let's talk more about this chat.
Yeah, but he was doing over 100 miles an hour.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
106 or something, 100 and whatever.
Is that fast for a train?
Yeah, that's real fast.
Okay.
Well, they can handle it, just not where he was, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, during those curves, they're supposed to be at what?
Certain speed.
Some of them it's 40 miles per hour on some of those curves. Some even less. It was ridiculous. And
And how am I debating this? That what he was doing was wrong? Well, yeah, he shouldn't have been going that fast. So he had no business going that speed. However, there was a report out he was going that speed because projectiles were hitting the train
Oh,
prior to the crash, prior to him crashing. So if he's being hit with projectiles, was he speeding to save lives? So if he was doing that, now still 100 miles over 100 miles an hour is kind of silly. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
As far as I'm concerned, human error would be more at play, because even if somebody was shooting something at the train, there may be one or two people get hit if they're being shot at, but they're not going to risk derailment, slowing down at the curves. So to me, that just sounds like an excuse. And we can't be looking at infrastructure all the time. I think that they have said that the company is at fault because there was available technology there to automatically slow the train down when it came to those curves. But it takes company a while to get everything changed over. You can't just expect it to instantly be changed over. They were working on that process. So, to me, it just sounds like an excuse that the guy was making. Even if there were projectiles, he should have still slowed down during those curves, knowing what the speed limit was on him. It's like us going 70 miles an hour around a curve that's 20 miles per hour curve. It's just not going to work. You're going to go off the road.
Yeah, he had no business doing that speed, and he should have known better. So, yeah, it's just a sad thing where.
Will or Tim, do you have anything to rebuttal that?
Meanwhile, in Japan, they got trains going 374 miles an hour with no problems whatsoever, setting world record in speed and travel and stuff like that.
But not around
You can't do that here in the United States.
Well,
controlling that thing.
Here's the thing. Yeah, well, they have those trains doing that, absolutely. Okay, but you know what? I can get on my rice rocket, okay, and I can do.
Don't you go Harley Rice?
I can probably go. I can probably handle this. I can probably handle an off ramp at 65 miles an hour, no problem whatsoever. Okay, I'm about this far from the ground. My kneecap's gonna be about this far from the freaking ground, and I'm gonna be down on that son of a bitch. Okay, can you do it in a car or an SUV?
You can in Germany. You can on the Autobahn.
Can you in this country? Because it happened here.
That's the point. The infrastructure is so freaking old and so.
No, it's not the infrastructure. It's what you're using.
But there's still people building the infrastructure.
Other countries that don't even have half of our, not even a fraction of our economy, have a much better infrastructure than we do on anything. Roads, trains, automobiles, you name it. They're wiping us out in that industry. They have land bridges just so animals can cross. They don't kill people, so deer don't run across and you don't hit it with your car. They have land bridges. Animals go on the land. They have roads with the energy things that collect the sun, the glass, and your car runs on that for forever.
I think I look at it this way. Okay, why is it, first of all, when there's a speed limit, you go the speed limit. If you go over, then that's your fault, whether it's on the road or a railroad track. Secondly, why is it the taxpayers' job to pay for that infrastructure? I mean, we don't pay for taxis and their upkeep.
It comes under roads.
The people who are taxis are the ones who are paying for that ride, and that money that they make is what funds that. So why should the taxpayers be paying that?
It comes out of gas taxes. Everybody buys gas.
And then the limits on the limiters, I saw one person say that out there. The limiters on those, yeah, that's what I was talking about. The infrastructure. Yes, yes, it would have been nice for them to have it. It would have prevented that accident, but that's something they're in the process of changing over. They can't just change them all in one day. It's a process. So
Right. Exactly. So
the
I mean,
guy hadn't been going that speed.
and
The
still with the
train would not have
best,
derailed.
and still with the best infrastructure. Let's just say on that corner, Will, there was the best infrastructure that this country's ever seen for a railroad track.
Yep.
Okay, the absolute best, better than Japan, better than any country you can think of. Okay,
Fair.
guess what?
Now
Guess
it's-
what? Guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what? That train's still fucking derailing.
Well,
It's
well,
still gonna derail.
it wouldn't have. It hasn't been built right. That's the point. It
100 and something miles an hour, it's still gonna derail.
needs to be rebuilt. If they can do a train in Japan that goes 374 mile an hour, they can here also. It's got to be built. They
Sure,
don't
it's not,
have the existing one.
but I'm sure they're not doing 374 miles an hour around the corner either. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Here they
They're
are.
not. No, they're not.
No, not around that sharp of a corner. This was like a corner that you would probably take at 30, 40 miles an hour in a car.
Yeah, they got no trains doing that. Not around a corner like that. No way. Yeah, I'd have to see a video or a picture of it or whatever. Of watching a train. I'd have to see it because this just.
Even so, it really doesn't matter. They're in the process of changing over to at least do the speed limiters on there to where if they're coming, to a dangerous spot, it's going to slow that train down just around that curve, and then it has a fast reaction after the curve to speed back up to full speed. But the thing is that the guy didn't slow down. I mean, it's what we have now, and the guy didn't bother to slow down at the curve. So it's driver error. It's not anybody else's fault except for the driver.
Amen.
He knew that infrastructure was not in place for it to automatically stop, and he made the choice in his head to go ahead and go faster than he should have.
Or what? Lose his job because he's late or something like that. There's a lot of variables. You don't know what goes inside somebody's head.
Yeah.
It's kind of like.
It's still.
It's kind of like, Will, you and I, right? We probably see better winters than anybody, right? Well, we did this year anyways, right?
Better what? Winners?
Yeah, right? So it's kind of like you and I know how to drive in the snow, obviously, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So now you're gonna take the person from Florida who's never driven in snow ever. They're not a transplant from Mass. They're not a transplant from anywhere else. Okay, they were born and bred in Florida and never moved out of the state. Now they're going to drive on snow. Is it the infrastructure? Is it the road's fault? No. It's the operator. I can drive and you can drive better in the snow than no offense to the people down in the south. Okay, and I'm not talking about you, Peachy, but we'll drive better in Ohio. Anybody that drives in the snow can drive better than people from the south that don't drive in the snow. And that has nothing to do with infrastructure. That has to do with operator and operator only.
Well, and not just that, but what's the difference if he was late for work and he was worried about getting fired? If I was late for work and I was driving my vehicle and I was going over double the speed limit, it was almost triple the speed limit of what I should have been going. So say the speed limit was 60 miles per hour and I was going almost 120 miles per hour and I crash into somebody and I killed them. It's my fault because I made that choice to go that. Even if it will cost me my job, I should still go the speed limit. And then if I get in an accident, if I didn't fail at any point to follow the law, then it's not necessarily my fault.
I agree with Stump.
What'd Stump say?
It's federally owned. That explains it.
Oh, somebody said it was Amtrak, privately owned. That's what Cujo said. Or is this
No, it was Amtrak train, but Amtrak is actually federally funded.
They're federally funded.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that, but
I thought all
it
trains.
doesn't make any difference.
It's like up here you have the old Boston and Maine Railroad. That's federally funded too. The
Don't
ones
they
are
have
not.
to do inspections on that stuff too?
What was that, Tim?
Hmm?
So don't they have to have inspections on the track?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, I thought it had something to do with it too.
Tommy had to jump out, guys, for some
I don't know. I
reason.
wish I had known something about the story, but I haven't.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, I think we've hashed this one out a little bit. We'll go out to the chat and just throw it out there. You know, Team 1 was Will and Tim and I forget who was on Team 1 with Peachy. I had to go back and look for a second who I wrote down here. Peachy, Tim, and Will. Did Team 1 prove better in the debate, or did Team 2 win with human error? Did they convince you? Although we are missing a member of Team 2.
That's all right. Me and Oily are all right.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So what do you guys think out there in the external? Did Will and Tim and Peachy change anyone's mind, or do you think Mike, with his
do
expertise
you think
in leaning into a turn on a rice rocket?
do you think the United States should come into the year 2000 with the transportation system?
Hey, they are in Boston after this winter, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I
really don't know.
I mean, we could be debating the Titanic right now. Was the skipper drunk on the train? You know, on the
I personally think that we have airplanes now, and that pretty much will get us anywhere further than a vehicle will, you know. And to me, trains are it's an archaic type of form of transportation, in my opinion. I think it's outdated, and we just need to do away with it. And
it's okay if they upgrade them.
Oh no, they upgrade. You gotta go on one of those things. You take a train, like I took a train down to Baltimore from Boston. They're great. You don't even know you're on one. And,
yeah, but I mean, still, I mean, it's cheaper. How much?
Yeah, it is. I think it only cost me $65
to go. How far? How many miles?
Baltimore from Massachusetts. It's got to be all of shit. It's an 8-hour ride in a car.
So that'd be like me driving from here to probably Peachy's.
Good Lord, that's a haul. No, wait, that's close. I was thinking.
Not very far.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, here in Ohio, they've been trying to build a rail system that connects Cleveland to Columbus to Cincinnati, and it would take like an hour, like a super train or something. It'd take like an hour to get from Cincinnati to Cleveland, with a stop in Columbus. So they were thinking it would be good for people that, you know, when the Cleveland Browns play the Cincinnati Bengals, people would ride the train to Cincinnati, and it only takes them an hour to get there, and they could ride the train back. And it's just never happened. It was supposed to be like one of those, you know, high-speed trains, and it's been in our house and everything like that. That it's passed and been signed off and vetoed, and then passed and vetoed, and it's just, you know, but it's because of, you know, taxpayers. Taxpayers are the ones that are going to have to pay for this. You know, it's not a private company or anything. So.
Right. I mean, that's the reason why they don't have to charge as much if it's a federally funded deal. I mean, they would have to charge as much as probably what the airlines do for a flight that would normally take us 8 hours to drive if the taxpayers wasn't the ones footing the bill for a lot of that, like the infrastructure and things like that, you know? Whereas we don't pay for the airplanes.
Well, looking out in the chat, it looks like the guys for human error, the ones fighting for human error over infrastructure, was the most convincing to the people in the external. So
Yeah.
Congratulations, team number 2.
High
Thank
five,
you.
Mikey.
I have a question for Swansea Searcher. He wrote, "Or go 100 miles on a plane," and then he wrote, "What, every 50 miles." You can take a plane ride from. So I'll tell you what, Swansea. I can get on a plane at Keene Airport and get off at Manchester. And
There's
that's not
airports
100 and that's not
everywhere. I
100
mean, there's an
miles.
airport in Elk City. There's airports all around. I mean, there's smaller airports.
Yeah, there's smaller
Yeah, I can take a
airports, smaller plane, commuter flights.
Yeah,
They're called
commuter
flights, right?
I call them puddle jumpers. You take a puddle jumper from New York City to Boston, or Boston to Bangor, Maine. So I just didn't know what he meant by it. That's all.
I just think that the only reason why we still have trains, I mean, yes, they do. I'm not saying, regular rails to transport goods. I'm talking about as transportation for us. And as transportation for us, I think the only reason we have them is because they are federally, the infrastructure is federally funded. So, I mean, that would make sense why people can travel a little bit cheaper. That's, makes perfect sense because the government, you're footing the bill whether you ride on one of those or not.
Right.
I shouldn't have to pay, my tax money shouldn't have to pay for something that I don't even have an Amtrak, very close to me. There's one down in Oklahoma City down to Texas, but my gosh, I mean, I never ride on it, and most of the people I know this part of the world don't, but yet we're paying for it.
Well, yeah, well, that's like anything else. I mean, that's like the old people that don't have kids that live in a town. They're building a brand new school, and they got to pay taxes on a school that they have nobody at. So you're gonna get that everywhere.
I don't necessarily agree with that, though.
Well, I'm with you on that, but that's just the way life is. I mean, it's never gonna stop. That's just never ever gonna stop.
I know, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with it.
Oh, hell no, I agree with you.
Oily for president, and I'll cut some taxes for you. Or I'll be Redneck's vice president. How about that? Was he running? I can't remember. Was it him that was running?
No, Manland's running for president.
I don't think I could handle that. I don't think he'd quit talking. So I might have to hit the mute button.
Well, who wants to move on to another topic then?
Let's go for it.
You're the moderator.
Okay, yeah. So, this is the next one I came up with. This one's probably a little bit closer to some of the people that are out there in the chat room that watch my channel on a, I don't want to say a regular basis, but more than what I'm into. This one's going to be, let's go with Team 1 being Will and Tim and Peachy. I think Peachy's going to get in on this one. And Team 2, Mikey and Oily, they said they can do it without the third member. So, Mike, Oily, you are going to debate on the topic. You are going to be pro.
Item has been detected.
Damn it. Sorry.
Got a virus there, Peachy.
Who's the rookie?
Well, she needs stay off the porn sites, Peachy.
Yep, Peachy. You gotta stay with that
It's just AVAS catching pop-ups.
all-man porn you're watching there.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
Then
Mike Oily.
Go ahead.
Mike and Oily, you are going to be taking up the side of open carry. Tim and Peachy and Will be taking up the side of concealed carry.
Question.
And okay.
We are talking handgun only, correct?
Huh?
We're talking handgun
because,
only, correct?
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
concealed. I mean, not too many people conceal the AR-15 going out. I mean, it's possible you can.
No, because you know where I was going with that. That's why I asked you.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking, probably the same thing you were thinking. It's okay to open carry. It's okay to open carry in Texas to prove a point. Yeah. I'm talking to everywhere in the United States. Let's just pretend. Let's just pretend that there is constitutional carry everywhere in the United States. You are to debate the pros of open carrying only, like why you think it's better than concealed carry.
Absolutely.
And the other team will do the opposite, why they think concealed carry is better than open carry. And like I said, let's imagine every state in our union is constitutional carry, and you can carry any state.
Okay.
And we're going to start out with Mike and Oily, whoever wants to jump in there first. Tell us why open carry is so much better than concealed carry.
Oh, it's too easy. Oh, do you want to go first, Oily?
You go ahead.
It's actually really too easy. If you have open carry, obviously sight. I mean, unless you're a blind bank robber, but you have sight. You see a person carrying, you know you're not going to mug them. You're not going to do anything to him or her. You're less likely to, if you're in a store, you think you're going to go rob the convenience store, okay, and you see another customer in there, and he or she has a sidearm, and you visibly see it. It might be it's probably going to be a deterrent for that person to rob that convenience store or whatever, liquor store or what have you. So that's my 2 cents so far.
Absolutely. I think it will definitely deter people. I think that just the sight of, okay, you go into some place and there may be 3 or 4 people in there with guns out of 50 people, but you walk in and you're wanting to rob someplace or mug somebody and you see 3 or 4 people around with guns, you're going to be a lot less likely to take that action than if you walk in and you don't see those weapons.
My turn?
Sure.
May I retort?
Oh, hang on just 1 second. We have the Fat Man has joined us.
What's up, my
we're
brother?
Going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and throw Fat Man right on Mike and Oily's team. Do you understand where we're at there, Chad? What? Yeah, I'm pairing you up with a Yankee.
Pairing me up with a Yankee.
No,
See that?
No.
Chad don't like the Yankees.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, my feelings ain't too hurt there, by the way, Southern brother. Don't you worry.
All right. Let's let Will go ahead and come up with the
Well,
reasons for.
I'm not sure my partner Tim will agree with the rebel flag behind him, but well, if I'm a mad killer and I see people opening carry, those are the first people I'm going to shoot, right? I obviously know who's armed, and I'm going to shoot them first. So there's a drawback in that. If you're open carry, you're the target in a situation. If there's an open, if there's a crazed killer running through your mall. And we're not a third world country. We're not a bunch of Muslims running around the desert with AK-47s on our back. We're a little more civilized than that. There's no reason we need to run around with guns on our backs that I can see. Really? Do we?
Well, again, I'm not talking about your crazed madman that's gonna. Okay, I'm talking about what happens every day. What happens every day is a convenience store, liquor store, mom and pop grocery store gets held up all the time, all across the country. Right. So in that scenario, in keeping into that, okay. Most people, it's like being punched in the mouth, okay? Most people don't like being punched in the mouth, as in I'm quite sure most people don't want to be shot. You got an IV drug user that needs his fix, that's going to rob the convenience store to get his money, and you stick whatever you got, I don't care what kind of gun it is, it doesn't really matter, and you point it back at him, it's a deterrent, or he sees you in line and you haven't, he sees that you're carrying, like I said.
Yeah, you have the gun on.
He's gonna be like, oh shit, I could get shot again, or is this an off-duty cop? You know what I'm saying? So did they? You know what I mean?
I would wait for you to leave, or I would shoot you first, or um, I guess that would be the only two options.
I mean, yeah. If I'm in line, you have to shoot me in the back, but
One of the pros of open carry is that most of the time, crazed gunmen go into places that are perceived as no gun areas, like schools, businesses that don't allow guns, things like that. You get open carry everywhere, and somebody, they walk in and they see there are several guns there. They're going to be a lot less likely to do anything, just because, first of all, their plans aren't going to be carried out. Secondly, even if they do start shooting, there's more of a chance of people being able to take him down. You're going to be able to get to your weapon quickly, which I know there are people that practice getting their weapons out that are concealed, but still, you're going to have quick access to your weapon. The visual may deter them to even commit the crime in the first place. Thirdly, you're there right away to take care of it if they do start shooting. And
your argument is to have open carry in schools?
Yeah.
I think teachers, heck yeah, I do. I think teachers could, yes.
And also, HNRE 42. Am I allowed to go out in the chat room and use a comment? Ohio, is that allowable or no?
Because I mean, these are not your actual. These are not your actual opinions. So let's get that straight right now.
All right, because he was using
the teams have been put on.
All right, you're fair. That's fair. That's fair. I won't do it.
No, he throws a basketball to you and you use the basketball, or he throws the football to you, you use the football. That type of deal.
I got you.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just. I mean, even if you disagree with what I say that you have to represent, you have to come up with a way to represent it. That's all it is. We're just debating. This is an actual personal opinion.
No, I understand.
Okay.
I got you, big boy.
I understand. I just wanted to.
How easy would it be for some guy, me, wherever, for a bigger guy, hell, even a bigger girl, to get mine away from me? If I walked around with it on and they could see it, some guy could come up, sucker punch me in the face and get it.
Okay, but
take your gun and then beat you with it.
When you conceal, are you concealing in your purse or are you concealing on your body?
Right now, I carry out in the yard, but if I go to the store, I don't have my license, so I leave it here.
Okay, so
but
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me.
If you did,
hang on, Mike.
I'm sorry.
Peachy, we're pretending that the entire all 50 states are constitutional carry, and you can either carry concealed or open. You are.
Yeah, I know. On the opposite side of the fence, damn it. I'm actually on this side.
You're on the fence, but yeah, just go ahead and argue the point that concealed is better.
Yeah, you could take it away from me very easily.
Well, this is my question. If you were carrying concealed, where would you be carrying it? In your pocketbook or on your body?
On me. Both.
Okay. So.
Both.
What's that?
Both.
Okay, both.
In case
right.
I dropped my purse or somebody got it away from me.
All right. Well, my thing to you is that I don't know if it's because I'm a gun guy just like everybody else. Okay, but I notice things. I'm a people watcher, especially if I'm at the mall or something, and I can pick out who's carrying and who ain't carrying. if they have it on their hip, concealed. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have. Yeah, in the wintertime it's kind of difficult. I'll give you that in the wintertime. But this time of the year, it's too easy. Especially if you're in a store and you're bending, you have to bend to the, now, all right, Peach, so you're wearing it on your hip, right? So now you have to bend to the bottom shelf in the grocery store to get whatever, a box of rice, okay? You're going to tell me that people aren't going to see the bottom of that holster?
No.
Even if it's an inch. I'm willing to bet
I don't bend over. I squat down.
Oh, my God.
But you understand where I'm going, right?
Yeah. I
You
understand
see
where you're
it.
going.
I
You
will
know.
tell you, as a responsible gun carrier, open carry or concealed carry, you need to be paying attention to your surroundings and the people around you.
Absolutely.
So there shouldn't be an opportunity for somebody just to take your gun off of your person. Plus, if you have a good enough holster, you've got it snapped, you've got it secured so that somebody's not just, it's not going to fall out, or somebody's not going to just be able to run up and grab.
I see you guys that with open carry. What do you got? Some bubble around you, where like if you're in a crowd of people, everybody's got to move around to stay out of your way. Is that the nobody can get close?
No, but if I was in a large
No.
crowd, I would have my hand on my gun so that it wouldn't be accessible to somebody else. I wouldn't be just.
Clock you in the head and took your gun. What are you gonna do?
Well, they could do that concealed too.
If they don't have a gun concealed, why would they clock you in the head?
Say the same thing.
They don't
Why
know
wouldn't-
you have the gun. Why
All
would
right,
they?
all right, you ready? All right, hey, here it is. Do you guys remember the kids running around, and it's this new thing? They call it knockout. They punch you in the back of the squash, knock you the Christ out, and then they leave.
Mm-hmm.
You guys hear about that?
It's a stretch, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's not a stretch.
Yeah.
It's in the news. It's all over the news.
It's all
This is
over.
This is really true, Will. It actually
Yeah.
happened. All right.
Your argument's going to be a stretch. That's the stretch.
No, it's not. No, it's
What?
not. You ready? No, it's
Yep.
not, Will. You ready?
Yep.
Will,
Hit me.
you're 18 years old. Okay? You're part of this group that walks around knocking people up from behind their head. Now, they did it to young people. They did it to old people.
Yeah,
They did it to
they
a lot
did.
of people. Okay? Now, you see that guy's carrying a gun. Are you really seriously going to think to yourself, yep, I can still knock him out? Or you're going to say, if I don't knock him out, I'm going to get fucking shot.
You left.
Or you're going to say, he's going to gun on him. I'm a fucking idiot if I even think of trying to do it.
What do you think, Tim?
Honestly, I look at it both ways. Sometimes, it's good sometimes to hide your gun in a situation. And then again, there's times that it'd be good to have it for you. Everybody see it.
You see that guy's
I
carrying
mean,
Are you really
It's, you know-
seriously going to think to yourself?
Oh, what happened?
That was Will when he came back in.
Oh,
Well, Fat Man, you have any argument on our side for this?
Say, he's going to gun on him. I'm a fucking idiot if I even think of trying to do it.
Everything froze up there. I can still hear your argument, Mike.
Yeah, I know. So can't we?
we know that someone's a fucking idiot because I heard it 3 times. You're a fucking idiot.
Chad's about to say something, so I'll get back later.
Yeah, go for it, fat man.
which side am I on again?
You are pro open carry.
Pro open carry. It'll say. I truly believe it'll save lives. It'll make people nervous. It'll save lives, and it'll deter some people from even, like, if they're thinking about doing something, they get there and see, like my big fat ass with a damn Beretta hanging off his hip, thinking, well, and I got a little pocket knife. I better not, I better not throw my shenanigans out there. This son of a bitch might shoot me in the kneecap, or whatever.
All right, now I'm saying get the fat man first because he's got the gun for sure, and anybody else we can handle. I mean, that's an easy argument. I mean, if you're a criminal, you guys are like, you're making it so easy for the criminal. Open carry, go ahead.
No, you're not. Because I find it hard to believe.
We'll take you out first and then take your weapon, add it to our arsenal.
So, yeah, but you're talking 2, 3, 4, 10, 12, 15 years? You're going to do it if you're not carrying either. I mean, if you're concealed carrying too. So,
If you're a career criminal, you're gonna do it regardless.
right. Period. So, but
But
again,
that's my opinion.
right. Exactly. It's going to deter, just like Chad just said. Your regular. Let me put it to you this way. Your everyday regular criminal, okay? Not the mob, not the Crips, not all those foolish other gangs that are out there. All right,
Yeah.
not all those guys, not the Angels, none of the biker gang. All right,
Yeah,
none of them.
no. 16-year-old kid.
Your regular, everyday criminal that you're gonna see at the convenience store, liquor store,
You
and
set
all that.
parameters when you narrow down the field like that. That's not the way the world is. You can't.
No, but I live my
make it narrower.
no, but I live by percentages though too. Okay, if something only happens once every 150,000 times, or something happens once every 10 times, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, so if there's more convenience store robberies,
Mhm.
then there are a pack of Will's friends gonna go and say, hey, he's open carrying, let's go tackle him. Okay, it's gonna deter those people from robbing the convenience stores
Till you leave.
or liquor stores or mall, whatever.
Those today in Waco, there had to be some kind of concealed weapon carrier. I mean, how does two biker gangs go at it and none of the other customers were concealed? Or how'd they get shooting on people?
Well, if you're going to get involved with a biker gang shooting, that's just, unless you have to protect yourself.
They probably had guns that had multiple round clipazines.
Limousine.
They don't live in Massachusetts where you only have 10. So
I mean, when I think of, like I said in the beginning, when I think of open carry, I think of watching these Muslim countries with their AK-47s on their backs, walking through the town like a bunch of bullies and guerrillas and stuff like that. And that's not what we're trying to be. Are we that?
No.
That's why. But Will, that's why I asked Ohio in the beginning of this.
Yeah, we're talking.
We're only talking handguns only.
Oh, handguns? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, Will's whole argument's about to change now.
This ain't gonna work, Ohio, unless you you gotta set this thing up.
I don't have a choice. You gave me the argument. I got to be on this side. So.
No, I know what you're saying, but he meant that's why I asked in the beginning, and I said.
I can change a little bit. We don't want to go back to the West with our guns on our hips and a belt. I mean, was crime less prevalent then?
I believe so.
I don't believe so. Not all the time, man.
They get hung, yeah, but they get shot for it too. You know.
They get what?
If it not, I don't mean like in camps or in regular cities and shit like that.
Here you go again with the parameters.
Well, okay. Well, let me jump in here as a moderator a little bit, Will. You've been very anti-open carry, but you haven't come up with any pro-concealed carry.
Oh, I thought we were that's what I was supposed to be.
Well, no, you're supposed to be pro. Why is concealed carry better than open carry? That's
well, you always attack the one that's not.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, you're very good at the debate rules, but let's.
Yeah, I mean, concealed carry is better for a lot of reasons because I'm not the one that's going to get shot first. I've got a concealed weapon. They don't know I got a weapon. Let's say they're doing Mike's robbery in a liquor store. There's 10 of us in here. One guy's got an open carry gun, and nobody else does. So the guy's, okay, I got to shoot one guy here that's got the open carry for sure. Bam, he's done. Now, the guy's got a little bit of a heart. He's not going to shoot everybody else. Just tells everybody else, okay, nobody else move, you know. But I still got a gun in my. He doesn't know that. And wait a minute, what side am I on? I'm sorry.
You're on concealed carry.
No, I'm on. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I still got a gun hidden. He don't know it. He's got a big surprise when he's going for the door, in the back. Ooh. But if I had that gun on my hip, there would be no surprise there, would there?
You're on the wrong side.
Somebody just said Peachy's husband's about to join in here.
But
Sure enough, he had an opinion to throw in, didn't he?
but Will, they may not do it. They may not commit that crime.
Yeah. You know what? This is actually a hard debate because, just about every one of us here on the panel is pro open and pro carry or pro concealed. It's a choice. It's a personal preference. Yeah.
For handguns, yes.
Well,
Personal choice. I personally think it'd be a surprise.
But
Yeah,
that's a Massachusetts thing there, Mike. I mean, I'm pro carry for rifle. I don't care.
Well, it's not that I don't care. It's just,
Well, if you're concealed and you're in somewhere, like say Chipotle's, and they just got robbed 2 days after they did the no conceal and carry guns in here.
Yeah, because they know nobody's going to have guns in there.
Exactly.
Right.
Unless Hillary Clinton's there and her Secret Service agents are carrying.
Yeah,
I wonder if they carried when they weren't there.
Good night, Jerry Pruitt.
Hi, Jerry.
I think it all depends on where you're at, too.
Yeah. If I'm in Chuck E. Cheese's, okay, with a bunch of kids, I really don't need to see two guys walk in with AKs or ARs.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if I'm out to dinner with my wife, me being okay, obviously you guys know I don't have an issue with guns. My wife sits on the fence about guns. Okay. She wouldn't wig out, but she'd be like, "What the hell's he doing?" You know what I mean? Sitting there with a shotgun, sitting there with an AR next to him at dinner. You understand what I'm saying here?
What would your wife think of
I open carry?
Sitting next to you in the next table over with their gun sitting out? That would make her more nervous, wouldn't it?
No, it wouldn't, because I've had her up in Maine. In Maine, you can open carry. I've had her up in Vermont. Vermont has constitutional carry. And we were out in the store, and she looked because she didn't know the rule, because she's from Massachusetts. So, okay. And she said to me, I just winked at her, and we get back in the car, and she says, "You can carry guns up here? Open, so people can see it?" I'm like, "Yeah, they call that open carry." And so I explained the whole thing to her. And she was like, "Oh, okay." And, it didn't faze her in the least.
Well, let's just jump back out to the chat room real quick and see what they think. Who do you guys think won this debate, the open carry or the concealed carry? Don't go off of personal preference. Don't go what you like. Just go off of what you think of the individuals on the panel. Did they convince you? Was their argument good enough to say that they won the debate, so to say?
And while y'all are doing that, I just have to say, whether somebody chooses to conceal or open carry, that to me is a personal decision. But, I think that there's so many people out there that teach fear of guns instead of respect for guns to their children and stuff. And, that's a big place where we need to start is teaching children respect for them instead of fear of them. That's a huge difference.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Respect this gun, kid.
Absolutely.
You're going to learn how to respect it.
I learned when I was about 6.
So what did I miss?
Oh, we're just waiting. Let's see what some people say here. It's kind of mixed.
It might be a draw.
Yeah, that's the only thing
I'm looking at. Kojo said misdemeanor drug offenders cannot open carry in Ohio. That is incorrect, sir. If you are able to own a gun in Ohio, you can open carry in Ohio. A misdemeanor drug offense will will knock you out of the running for a concealed carry permit.
Right.
But open carry, as long as you're allowed to legally own a gun, and a misdemeanor drug offense does not take your right away to own a gun.
Yeah,
Felony would.
That's everywhere, I think, as long as you're able to own the gun.
I like Utah Redneck Nichols' opinion. He said open carry because they made more points. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Kojo said, I mean conceal. Okay, great. Awesome, Kojo. That's cool. I think he just got the two mixed up there for a second. And I think he probably typed that in before I even made my comment, so I probably look like an ass right now.
That's all right. You don't worry about it. It's not.
You're used to it.
Yeah, I get used to it. I'm an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, wait, I meant it. I mean conceal. Yeah, great. Yeah, it looks like that debate is still debatable because a lot of people are going both ways out there.
Right.
Me personally, not debating anyone on this one, but personally, I conceal carry just because I like the tactical advantage to it. Ooh, I said tactical. It's like the element of surprise. I like that.
That's the same for me, Ohio. I mean, that's my personal choice would be to conceal, unless I'm just like out in the field or something, out on the farm. But otherwise, yeah, I'd be that way.
I don't want to make people nervous either.
Yeah.
I don't want to be nervous if I had the option here, which I don't. But if I did, I still wouldn't, because I know how people are. I know how people are, and I don't. I don't want to fuck their day up.
Yeah. And well, I have open carry before, and I really haven't run into a problem with it. But we've all seen the videos on YouTube. And I don't know if some of these guys are out looking for trouble just to make a YouTube video or whatever. But, I don't have time to take out of my day to sit there and deal with being stopped by a police officer just because someone panicked a little bit because they saw a gun. Because, the police are going to check it out. And, as much as I am for, personal rights and constitutional rights and everything, I just don't want to deal with the whole fact of I don't have to show you my ID because I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not going to go make one of those. I'm not going to be the guy doing one of those videos.
Oh,
Sorry. If I'm open carrying and a cop comes up to me and says, hey, we've received a phone call that somebody had a gun, yeah, I got a gun. Why do you got a gun? Well, it's my constitutional right. We all know that, blah, blah, blah. Hey, can I see your ID? Sure. It fucking gets me on my way. You're not really infringing on my rights that much. And I'm doing the quotation marks with my fingers because I do think it's an invasion of of your rights and everything. But I just don't want to deal with that. I just don't want to take the time out of my day. If I can conceal it and not be stopped or harassed by a police officer, that's the way I'm going. Nobody knows I have it, And the good thing about in Ohio, we don't have a brandishing law like Florida. Florida has concealed carry. But in Florida, if you have your shirt over your gun and you bend over getting into your car or into your trunk putting your groceries away, and someone sees it, in Florida they can charge you with brandishing a firearm.
Right. And
I think that's a bullshit law right there. But I don't really care if I print. If someone sees it, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm to the point that I'm past that whole being nervous about someone seeing my gun.
Right. What you had said about that, all of that, is in Swansea, you probably have seen him more than anybody living where you live, because I've watched the guy from the Keene, those guys there out in Keene, Swansea. You know who I'm talking about? They make them YouTube videos, exactly what friggin' Ohio was just saying. They make it, they walk around with their open carry just to get a rise out of people, and just for somebody to call the cops.
They want to provoke an incident.
Right.
They want to get the cops out there.
Right.
I think they want to make a statement, but they're screaming it instead of a debate. You know what I mean? It's not making a difference. They're just instigating people.
They want YouTube views.
Right. And so in that case, they're being numbnuts. Here in the what bothers me about the gun laws is like here in Massachusetts, we can carry open. right in the law, it tells you it's not advised. So when you get a gun permit in the state of Massachusetts, it's almost it is 99.9999% sure that you know that you're going to conceal that weapon. Which I go on personal preference. I don't care either way. I don't care whether you open carry. I don't care whether you conceal carry. It doesn't really bother me either way.
You know what, guys? That was a pretty good debate. Let's change it up a little bit. You know,
can I interrupt you for 1 second? I'm very sorry. Swansea, I did not mean to say. Yeah, I'll explain that, Swansea. I'm sorry. Okay. So I apologize. Swansea's not one of those guys I was just talking about for everybody on the panel and everybody out in the chat room. So please don't think that. I just said that because he's close to where those people are, and they're in the news in the next town over from him and all that. So it's not him that I was referring to. I was just asking him if he knew about the people in which I was referring to. Okay, I hope I made that clear. I apologize, Swansea. I didn't mean to. I wasn't clumping you in that because I saw your comment about how you conceal. That's fine. I'm just saying that I just wanted to know if you knew who I was referring to.
I want to jump in here real quick and go back out to Kojo again.
Later, Chief.
He says, "Okay, wait, that's bullshit. I open carry because I see it as an offense to have to pay $200 for a conceal. It is a private. I can't even say the word.
Privatization.
Privatization. Thank you, Mike. The guy doesn't pronounce his R's. Help me out. Right. Private of weapons. I can agree to that. You know, it is, you know, kind of it's almost like a type of registration if you ask me, because they don't know what type of gun I have, but they know I have a gun and I have a license to carry it.
He's hiking and detecting. I got no problem there. He's not walking through the mall.
Well, no, but that's not all the times. But he says it's $200, and that's just not true. It's $45 for your permit in Ohio for concealed carry, and it's good for 4 years. You know, or $55. I think they raised it to $55.
See, like I said, in Mass, it's just one fee. You go to the school, costs you $100. The class you have to go to get it costs you $100, and then the permit costs you $100, and then it's concealed. Period. So we don't have a separate cost for open or concealed.
Yeah. But, you know, once again, I am not against open carry. Like I said, it's just a personal preference for me. Right. I like concealed because I think it's it just fits me better. I mean, I just don't like to deal with other people, and you know, if people that don't know the laws call.
There you go.
There you go. Tap Rock Sniper, Section 3132B A. There shall be levied, collected, and paid upon firearms transferred in the continental United States a tax at the rate of $200 for each firearm. That's all.
What's that?
I don't know. I was just reading what he wrote.
Oh, what state is that in again, Mike?
Okay, Kojo was including the class. The class and the permit. Yeah, the class. Most classes are about $100, $125 for most people. I didn't have to pay for the class, so.
Neither.
I guess.
Good night, Utah.
Good night, Utah. Happy birthday.
Oh man, Utah's leaving. I was gonna change it up, and actually this next topic is in honor of Utah, because he came up with it in the chat in the beginning out there.
Night, Utah.
He don't care. He put the hornet's nest in and run.
Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and roll with it anyway. Let's see. So we got Will Hornbuckle, Tim James, and Peachy Prepper. On the other team, you know what? They were down 2, so we're going to add them, and they're going to have 4 now. The other team is Oily, the Fat Man, Mike DeLucia, and can I just call you Robert? I mean, is that okay, or do you want to go by your channel name? Sorry, I just threw your name out there, didn't I? Yeah, too late now. It's
Fucking.
what is it? Redeman Junior 123, right? Is that your channel? Okay.
Got him.
Yeah, got him. So,
Hey,
I'm sorry about that, man. I just threw it out there. I wasn't really thinking.
No
That's
shit.
okay.
My real name's Will Hornbuckle anyway, so I'm about to file on the other guy in the chat here. Copyright infringement on my name. But this next topic is in honor of Utah Redneck Nichols. We're going to say the Hornbuckle team is going to be over, and Mike DeLucia, Team DeLucia, will be under. So you got over and under is the toilet paper on the roll.
Oh my God!
Which way does it go?
Oh, I don't want to do that because I. All right.
Bravo.
And it's not your personal preference.
Okay.
You are debating for what you were signed.
That's right.
All right. Okay.
Well, really, it should go over your hand when you wipe. Well, that's
We're under Ohio.
No,
what's that?
We're under. We're under, hon.
We're under. Okay.
We're under.
It's got to be over because you don't want to get shit on the wall, right? You need a little more space there.
That bothers me
In case you get some on your fingers.
This is a really shitty subject.
I really have to argue why I like it under. By the way, who's going first, Ohio?
You guys went first in the open carry conceal, right? So
I believe we did.
Team Hornbuckle will go first.
Well, that was it. That's all I had was you don't want to get.
It's the way it's supposed to go on your road. It's supposed to go over, not under.
Anyone that has their tissue hanging this way, if I'm using your restroom, I will switch it around so it pulls over. That's how bad I hate it. I do it in restaurants.
Not personal opinion.
Personal opinion. All right.
Y'all gotta learn to separate this shit. You gotta separate it. Personal opinion. Open the window and throw that son of a bitch out. Okay? And then you gotta lock on to either yes or no and run with it.
Right on.
Yes, sir.
Right on, brother.
Like I did with open carry.
I'm gonna take. I'll take under. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you have a little, Well,
I'll tell you why you're taking under because I signed under to you. That's why you're taking it.
So the reason why under is better is because you don't have to, like sometimes if it's only, sometimes if it's like, this close, you got to touch the top of it. You might have a little, you don't want to do that. So if it's under, right, you can just go, and you're all set. And it comes right down, and it comes right down real fast. You can have to roll in your hand. And
okay. All right. I understand where you're going. I thought, for some reason there, Mikey, you confused me. I thought you were talking about the actual action of wiping was under or over, and I was like, I didn't think he understood the debate here.
No. What did you think? I meant from front to back or back to front?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You were going there for a second. I'm like, I don't think Mike understands the whole toilet paper roll over under thing.
Okay, so Will Hornbuckle said that he didn't think he liked somebody getting shit on his wall. Well, what's worse than that is somebody getting shit on the toilet paper. So if you're reaching and you've got crap on your hands and you're reaching from the top and your back of your fingers touch the toilet paper and somebody else is using that's unsanitary. That's nasty. You can wash the wall off. You can't wash the toilet paper off.
Exactly.
You can tear off the first.
That's what I'm saying.
You can tear off the first few.
You're wasting toilet paper.
Well, yeah, but you don't want shit on your wall, do you?
And the other thing, when you take
the wall every time after you take a shit.
When you take it off from the bottom, right? If you take it off from the bottom and you just give it one quick roll around the old fingers or whatever the hell people do it. Now your bounty or whatever not bounty, what's the other one? Shaman, right? Your shaman quilt, soft, nice and soft there, right? Is there. So if it wasn't, you'd have to, if it was on the top, you would have to go backwards. You have to go counterclockwise to put it there. Everything goes by clockwise, right? So, you know what I mean? It's just easier.
Not if you're below the equator. It don't. It goes the other way.
Well, it's a quick grab. If you're going under and you just reach over and you grab, it's just a natural movement like this and grab. If you're having to twist your hand and go like that to pull it, and then when you go to jerk it off of the toilet roll.
Whoa, we're not talking about jerking off. We're not talking about jerking off.
That's right. Sorry, I don't want Merv the Perv getting any ideas out there. It's a good thing Mo's not in here too. We can't use the boat. But anyways.
You just threw a monkey wrench in that one.
The toilet paper off of the roll when it's over, and you spin the whole freaking thing off of there. Whereas when you pull like this, you're pulling, you just do a quick little whip like that with your wrist, and you got it.
Absolutely.
Okay, I just need to interrupt 1 second here as moderator because I don't know, because I might not have been listening, I might not have heard it correctly, but Jack of all trades also said it, but apparently Oily said the word shit twice.
Absolutely.
Chad, you're fucking killing me.
Stuff like that.
Oh, Chad, you're killing me.
Snuck in there. It snuck in there. See what happens when you start debating, Oily?
And look, Jack has to make sure and point it out too. Thanks so much.
Oh, fucking fat man, you're killing me.
What's up, man? What's up?
Oh, what you wrote was fucking hilarious.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No roll for me. Wet towel on the floor and do the beagle dog scoot.
Hey, can I interrupt this debate? Can I interrupt this debate for a funny story?
Mm-hmm.
So my cousin's kid's like 4 at the time, right, or 5, and he takes himself for shit, and my cousin goes right in after him, and he knows there's no toilet paper, and he knew there was no toilet paper. He goes, so he calls his son back in, and he goes, Nick, he goes, did you just poop? He goes, yes, Daddy. He goes, okay. He goes, what did you wipe your bum with? There's no toilet paper, Nick. Did you wipe your bum? Yeah. Well, what did you wipe it with? Dad, I wiped it on the towel.
Oh,
he goes, Nick, where'd you put the towel when you were done? He goes, Dad, I put it back where I found it, on the rack.
Oh, Lord.
Was it the guest towel? Did anybody grow up in the house with guest towels?
Yeah, I had the guest towel.
No, we never had a guest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I get this
my mom had towels
with
hanging out in the
holes
bathroom.
Right? You get these little hand towels with holes in it, right? And then you have company. Oh, you have to have a guest towel. What? Let them use their
and you never used them. My mom had them in same towels hanging out in the bathroom probably for 10 years. By the time you actually do use it, they're all like decrepit and cracking because they've been hanging on the rack for 10 years.
Kind of like those stupid ass towels that people put on their oven handles, on their oven across the bar in the oven.
The ones you're not supposed to use in the kitchen.
Yeah, I do that all the time, dude. I'm doing fried chicken. What's her name there? The Duck Dynasty guys, his wife. She's got that cookbook, and I'm doing her fried chicken.
And Miss K.
Miss K, right? I got that shit all over my fucking hand. I'm like, I need a towel. Oh, right here. The fucking wife's
Oh my god.
Oh my god! That you can't use that towel. I said, why? It's a fucking towel. I'm wiping it off my hands. But that's decorative. Decorative my ass. I needed a towel.
Yeah.
And I did just say the S word twice. I had to say jerking off by accident.
Nobody ever jerks off by accident.
For a few people.
Never been accused of that.
Yep, I've never been
All right. Hey, guys, let's just keep on rolling here. I got a few more topics that we'll debate on and then, basically turn into the shenanigans of the night. So we did the toilet paper.
Mojo says open carry the toilet paper.
Open carry the toilet paper. Awesome.
That's good.
I do prefer concealed carry toilet paper because you don't want everyone to be looking at you knowing what you're about to go do.
Well, and it's all exposed to all the outside germs.
I'll come up and take your toilet paper if I know you got it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna jump on this one. Classic versus new technology. How many of you guys out there are kind of gamers or whatever? Nintendo.
We're all in our 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
Who the hell is freaking gamers?
Well, I'm not gamers, but I mean, you might have had a Nintendo or an Atari when you were younger,
Nintendo?
or maybe your son. What? Oh, what?
I'm
So
feedback.
I still have my Atari.
You still got Pong on it? Was Pong
No,
on
I
it?
didn't. I wasn't that old.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here we go, guys.
Pong.
Yeah, here we go. Team Hornbuckle.
Yes.
You are going to be debating on the side of which video game is better. And your video game that you are defending and saying is better, we'll just go with the Call of Duty series. Doesn't matter which one, Call of Duty, whatever they are. I mean, my kids have them. I don't play them, but I know there's like 30 of them probably. I don't know.
Something
But
like that.
we all know what Call of Duty is, right? The military one-person player game or whatever.
Yeah, everybody's running around open carry with shooting each other. Yeah, I know what it is.
And Team Delucia, you are to defend and let us know why this video game is so much better than Call of Duty, and you are defending the classic game of Duck Hunt.
Oh my God.
I never liked that kind. I couldn't shoot the damn dog.
Team Delucia, you are up first.
Can I go?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So Duck Hunt, you actually have a physical pistol in your hand, and so you can get used to actually aiming a real gun instead of a stupid paddle in your hands aiming that way. So you've got more of a natural feel. You can learn how to practice holding your gun. So it teaches you the eye-hand coordination by doing that. So that's why I think that that is more personal and more of a teaching tool than the newer games. Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Absolutely. Chad, how do you feel?
Old versus new technology, but in video game form?
Yeah, and we have to do classic. Why is Duck Hunt better than theirs?
Call of Duty.
Why is Duck Hunt better?
Yeah, you're just defending the game Duck Hunt, not technology. Just Duck Hunt is better than Call of Duty. Why?
You're really up against the wall here.
Thinking hard.
Whoever thought that I would bring this topic up in our chat on Sunday nights, you know?
Well, damn. I mean, I would say hand to eye, but how both of them is probably you got to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're not
Call of Duty
like
more
this
finger to eye.
instead of like actually practicing holding a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
You had to follow through with it. And
Is that all you got?
Man, as the moderator, I shouldn't do this, but I'm just going to jump in and defend Call of Duty real quick because Duck Hunt had that goddamn dog that laughed at you every time you missed the ducks.
Yeah, you never could shoot the damn dog.
It's annoying, and you learn not to miss, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You probably that was awesome. I believe it's vital in a youngin's growth that you be put in your place and whatnot, and not everybody's a winner and blah blah blah, and and the world ain't fair. So
and Duck Hunt probably, you never know, but I'm thinking Duck Hunt got people out there in the woods hunting.
Maybe a little. It might have got a few children interested in pursuing that further.
Right. And they never had a dog that laughed at them if they ever missed too. So.
And you're not shooting at human figures.
Right.
You're shooting at animals, like you're hunting.
Yeah. You're not killing. You're
not being desensitized to shooting at human figures. Right. You're just learning a skill that can help you.
And also, because the graphics aren't what they are today, okay, I could use duck hunt in front of my children, whereas I'm not going to use what's the other one?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Exactly.
That's got blood splatter and all that shit.
Vile. Yep. Exactly.
So it's a more family game than Call of Duty.
I agree there. Yeah, totally. Because they're totally desensitized nowadays. They don't.
Yep.
You know, I'll cut you, blood and guts and blah blah. I don't give a shit.
So that's where.
I think if someone more mature is playing Call of Duty, it gives you more scenarios to look at than just a blank dead screen with a dog and ducks. I mean,
Same game over and over.
They've proven that those games do desensitize people. It also, shows that it seems to be that the ones that play those types of games are more addicted and non-social as well. So, and also it wires the brain differently. Playing those games, those violent games, it's been shown that it actually wires the brains differently, and they're seeing vile images over and over again and desensitizing them. So
I wouldn't let a 12-year-old play that. I mean, I would make sure they would be old enough to first, before they get to age 12, teach them what's right and what's wrong, and then when they get more mature, they can play it.
Right.
But the brain doesn't quit actually wiring itself until the age of 25.
And this is why Duck Hunt is better, because you can have anybody can play it. You can have young kids play it. You can have.
You don't have to worry about playing it around the young kids.
Right. You can have teenagers playing it. Older people play it. It's a more enjoyable game. and it was easier. It was easier. You had 2 buttons you had to worry about, not 42 buttons you have to worry about. My kids said.
What, man?
We better give them a chance to finish their.
All right, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I think Jack of all trades just blew it out of the water out in the chat room. When's the last time you shot a duck with a pistol?
Very good.
Get him, Jack.
Yeah.
Call of Duty has better. You have better eye and hand coordination, better graphics, better.
But on the other hand,
because it's newer. Of course, it's
when's the last time you shot a human from 10,000 yards away with a 9mm? Because I played the Call of Duty with my son, and he snipers me with an MP5 from 10,000 yards away with one shot. I'm like, what the fuck, I'm like, this ain't fun, I throw the controller down and storm out like a little kid, My wife, what's wrong? I'm like, he's not playing fair,
And there's more of a chance of somebody be able to go duck hunting than there is for somebody to shoot somebody from 10,000 yards away.
Yeah, I know what Ohio was getting at. It's like I don't play much shit at all, but I'm just throwing this out there. It's like I played like Tiger Woods' golf or whatever with a buddy of mine not too long ago, just for a minute. And if you set it on easy, hell, you can hit 3 or 4 holes in one on 18 holes. What the fuck,
Yeah.
That's true. You're not aiming with a controller. You're right about that.
I don't know much about Call of Duty, but I'm kind of sitting here comparing it to Jared's Black Ops crap.
Black Ops, Call of Duty, same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
And Jared said Duck Hunt teaches people to want to kill a dog.
Right. But the other thing too is that, granted, you're not pointing a controller and shooting. I got that part, but guess what? You can't miss on Call of Duty because as soon as you're locked onto that target, you know, the little red thing comes up, boom, it's an automatic hit. It ain't an automatic hit in Duck Hunt.
And you have to actually continue adjusting your aim in Duck Hunt to hit the targets. So, because the target is moving in the air.
I see blood splatter.
You guys obviously haven't played Call of Duty because it's not an automatic hit. It's far from it.
Oh yeah, yes it is. I play with my kid. It's like the very first one that came out. You remember that one when you went through the first level? The first level was going through the old milliard, right? And you had the guy up on the light pole, right? So you got your sniper rifle. You go in a little chest. You get your sniper rifle, right? You put your scope on him. And you go, boom! You wait for him to pop his head out. You hit him in the head. That's too easy.
You're on easy mode. Is why.
Yeah. Plus, I usually never get that far because I lose my patience with my kids and I storm out because
absolutely
they spend too much time creating people and changing their clothes and putting different camouflage helmets and picking guns and renaming them cool names and everything. And I'm like, just hit the fucking start button so we can play a game.
And the other thing is when you're playing Duck Hunt, you play with your family, not somebody from friggin' Mexico, friggin' Russia, the other side of the United States. You know what I mean? You're playing with your family.
Family.
You know, my kid's online playing with some guy that doesn't even speak frickin' English. I'm like, how enjoyable is that?
Well, and also the graphics. If you look at the graphics, a lot of the flashes and stuff in a lot of the newer games causes seizures and problems with...
Oh, that was going on when Tetris was around. I've still got Tetris in there.
Do that not with Tetris? I love Tetris.
It's not as hard visually.
You can actually go in your settings and turn your graphics, the graphic part. So like a younger person, you can go in your settings and on some of the newer games. You can go in and set it where it don't show all the blood and stuff.
Is it that way on Call of Duty?
I'm not for sure.
That's what y'all are debating for Call of Duty.
Does anybody remember Pong?
Not for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely remember Pong. We had an Odyssey that had Pong on it.
Right, you had on Atari, right?
I got an
Atari first come out. You had the two, and it was ball. It was the little ping.
It was ping pong, and hockey, and they were all three the same games.
Exactly. And you did all the same thing. You just moved, and then all you did was bank shots all day long. Boink. You know.
Is Jared asleep? I can have him.
Hey, you know what? I don't think there's a real winner on this debate.
Right.
I think we should debate to either pick or blow.
Pick or blow.
Well, I'm sticking to the topic here. I'm sticking to the topic. I got two more to go. And then we're going to open it up to just having whatever.
Did she just say lick or blow?
Pick it or blow.
Pick or blow.
Oh my gosh, do not give that perv dude out there anything else.
Right. And Mike, if she would have said that, I would have not gone with my already made up topics. I would have went straight to that topic. All right, here we go. Team Hornbuckle.
Yes.
You get M&M's, sir. M&M's.
Oh, Lord.
Team DeLucia.
Peanut.
Skittles.
Sorry.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy.
Oh, man.
That's too
Skittles versus M&M's. Skittles versus M&M's.
I'm glad we got the Skittles.
They melt in your mouth, not in your hand. I mean,
there you go.
That's a lie.
That is a lie.
Eat an M&M. Eat an M&M in 110-degree weather.
M&Ms are better because they have less carbs per little M&M, and it's good for raising a diabetic's blood sugar slowly.
I mean, there's peanuts in them.
Oh, you can't
And there's peanuts in them.
Taste the rainbow.
I don't like peanuts.
Okay.
M&M's is just one flavor, guys.
That's right.
Chocolate, unless you get the peanut M&Ms, but still, okay, two whole flavors versus the Skittles.
I know, they've got
these different flavors, and they're
coconut.
And
chewy, and they work your jaw muscles because they're chewy.
That's right. And guess what the best part is? You take a bag of M&Ms, okay? Take a bag of Skittles. I'm going to guarantee you there's more frickin' Skittles in the bag than there is in the M&M bag.
And there's more carbs.
So you're getting more for your money.
Exactly.
In other words, it's like the potato chip bag. You buy a bag of potato chips, cost you $2, right? And you're getting like, here's a huge bag of potato chips, right? Cost you $2 or something, $3, whatever the hell it is, right? And out of a bag this big, you're getting about
Bag of air.
this many potato chips.
Wait, who was it?
Fat Man's on our side. Fat Man, you guys.
No, it was Kojo.
Well,
I was reading
Skittles
on
won't melt in the heat.
That's right.
Kojo.
M&M's did get all gooey and crap.
That's right.
Not if you keep them in the fridge and you can use them for baking.
No,
Who's going to bake?
Okay, hang on. You're right, but guess what? Now you're out in the park with your grandchild or with whoever or whatever, right? And you got M&Ms for them, right? So now you're not in the fridge. You're not near a fridge.
Now you got a kid with chocolate all over their fingers.
Exactly.
That's why you have wipes in your purse.
But you won't. Yeah, but
If you're a guy, you don't have a purse necessarily,
That's
unless
right.
you carry a man purse or a guy backpack, day pack. Or whatever.
Men don't carry purses, period. It's not called a man purse. Please don't say that.
Backpack.
Backpack.
The man
Okay,
purse.
well, John's got hand sanitizer all in the trucks.
Oh, Murph.
What?
I got nothing else.
I don't have anything else either. I'm sorry, TRT's voice. I'm sorry, Ohio.
Oh, yeah, there is something else. With the Skittles, you got different flavors.
Skittles last
M&M's,
longer.
you got one flavor.
That's right.
The variety.
Okay, I
Chocolate.
just told y'all they have different flavors.
Just happens to be the
They've got.
best.
Oh, sorry.
I just saw some that were peanut butter, kind of like
And-
the Reese Pieces.
Yeah, there's coconut. There's all
You have to buy all those different flavors
Yeah,
individually.
but that's one
You can't get all
that's
of
one
them in
flavor
one
for one
pack.
pack.
And guess what else? Let's just say you buy a regular bag of M&Ms. They lie like a rug, because the green ones don't make you horny.
Neither do green Skittles.
But nobody ever said green Skittles did. Nobody ever said green Skittles made you horny. They all say that green M&Ms make you horny. And that's a lie, so they're lying. It's a marketing scheme, they lie.
The Skittles last longer. Okay, I'm going to say suck. Yes, I am. If you suck on an M&M versus a Skittle, the Skittle's going to last 3 times or better longer. So they can last you longer.
It's crystallized sugar.
Yeah, there's more folic acid.
Chocolate. Huh?
What?
There's more folic acids and stuff like that in Skittles. It's more bad shit for you.
And there are more peanut allergies for peanut M&Ms and chocolate allergies than there are people allergic to Skittles.
I don't know anybody who's allergic to Skittles.
Exactly. I know a bunch of people allergic to chocolate,
So it would be
and I know a bunch of people allergic to peanuts.
You don't have to worry about putting somebody in the anaphylactic shock.
That's right.
You know how sad is it that peanut or M&M's versus Skittles have created the most heated debate that we've had all night?
Right.
I'm passionate about my Skittles.
Because we don't have to think on this one.
Probably.
Hey, how many? I got one for you, Ohio.
Tastes great, less filling.
What about how many licks it takes to get to a center of a Tootsie Pop?
Oh man,
What was it?
346.
Damn, Fat Man Charlie put that in there like.
Yeah, I know. That's where I just got it.
I have one too. I was just gonna show him. I had a
I was
great.
like, damn, y'all are connected somehow, like X-Men.
I got a grape one laying around here somewhere.
Crunchy or smooth.
Fat Man, are you and
all
Merge
right.
something up out there or what?
Guy in the army.
That's right,
Merv.
Kojo.
My gosh.
Kojo said it the best. Chocolate is for women.
What do you bring your wife on Valentine's Day?
Skittles is for everybody.
Nothing.
What do I get my wife on Valentine's Day?
Nothing.
Pretty much nothing. Maybe a card.
I don't have a wife. I don't have to worry about that.
Really get on her bad side. Won't a box of chocolate fix that? Hell, John can bring me a bag of M&Ms and I'll flip.
All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do the last one for the night of the debates, and then let's see.
That's a good one, Mr. McDaniel. I like that.
What's Mr. McDaniel say?
Mix them together in the same bowl and watch people's faces.
Right?
Wow. That'd be hard.
That should be a new flavor of Oreo, a talk Oreo.
Okay.
Horrible.
Oh.
Team Delucia. Team Delucia. This next topic.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be. Let's see, how is it going to be? It's going to be yes and no. So you're going to have to be for this one. And Team Hornbuckle is going to be a no, and you'll have to debate against it. The topic is, if you die in Canada, do you really die in the real world?
What?
Hey, Ohio.
Hey.
Step away from the crack pipe.
Hey?
Am I on an episode of Twilight Zone?
Exactly.
Hey, I saved the best for last, right?
I cannot argue for that.
Exactly.
You can't figure out how to do that?
All right, Team Delucia. Here, we'll do this. No, we're going to do this. Team Delucia. At the count of three, I was just going to say yes. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes.
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 So we're all set.
Sure.
No.
Go ahead. Your turn, Will.
I'm for you dying in Canada, Ohio. Yes, I'm for it.
Well, that's mean.
Hey.
Next.
So no one really gets the whole point of this question. Is Canada a real place or what?
Yeah, sure. I'll get it. How do you get 100 people off 100 Canadians off the train?
I've seen it on the map. It was purple.
Hey, Ohio, I got a question.
Does it involve dying in Canada?
No.
Well, then it's not about the topic. So let's keep it to the topic here, Mike.
Okay, at least I'm honest.
I'm just kidding. What's your question?
No, go ahead. We'll keep on topic.
No, I'm just kidding. There's no real topic. How the hell do you debate that? If you die in Canada or do you die in the real life? How can you fucking debate that? At least you guys looked at me like I was, like I was stupid. You guys.
It's really not a question. It's a joke. Do you know the difference?
You change planes. You just change to another plane.
Do you know the difference? It's not really a question. It's more of a joke. It's not more of. It's a joke. Do you know the difference between like and love?
Spit and swallow, isn't it?
Bingo. So.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this spit and swallow debate on here.
Hey, I said to my wife.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can come up with another one real quick. Yeah. Okay.
Right. I agree.
Team Delucia.
Right on.
You are to debate. Yes.
Oh, I thought that was our last one.
Yes. No, not change. I'll change it up here. You are to debate yes.
Okay.
And explain why and how and how this has taken effect. Team Hornbuckle, you are to debate no reason to worry, and give reasons why why we're not to worry about this topic. And the topic is bananas. Are they in danger of going extinct?
Bananas?
Bananas.
Bananas.
I heard someone say shit.
It's bananas.
You mean real bananas? Because the bananas, the yellow ones, those are genetically, those are manufactured. So no, there's no chance at all they'll ever go extinct. We made them. we developed a real banana. Looks like something that don't even look like a banana. And so we genetically altered them, just like the cow, just like everything else. We genetically altered over the years to become this more suitable substance for us.
Okay, Ohio, clarification. Are we talking about real and genetically modified bananas, or are we just talking genetically modified?
That was way too fucking. That was way too fucking deep for me. I thought we were gonna have a banana, but you know what? I didn't know that we were gonna be seriously thinking, who the fuck cares? Monsanto because it's hands on a fucking banana.
We'll just basically gave our argument because yes, we should be worried then that the real banana, oh my gosh, it's going extinct, and they
No. What happened is Will fucked it up for everyone. We're supposed to have fun talking about bananas. Will went out and fucked it up for everyone, so we might as well just go home and call it a night.
Exactly.
Got the wrong too.
Are you pro banana or against banana? There we go. I'm pro banana. It's dry with peanut butter.
I bet. But anyway, listen.
You can do it like Twitter. You gotta eliminate it to so many characters, and plus you gotta drive it home right in here somewhere with a rifle. You gotta just go with it, man. Don't diversify. Just go with it. Get on the go-kart and push the gas. That's it.
I particularly like bananas.
Don't turn right or left. Hammer down.
Hammer down.
I don't think they're gonna go extinct.
Real ones probably will. I don't know. What are we supposed to say?
With the rice?
Do we like bananas? Yes, I like bananas, and I don't think they're gonna go in. I like it. Yeah, that word.
Oh, and we're supposed to be pro. We do think they're gonna go extinct.
Oh, yeah. You know why? Because when I eat whatever she buys, whether it's frickin' Lucky Charms, Captain Crunch, whatever, I go over, I look on the counter. Now, my 8-year-old loves bananas, so if there's only one left, I don't take it on her. But if there's 2, it's in me. If there's 3, I take 2. There goes in my cereal.
Okay, with the rise of the Planet of the Apes, they're going to be eating all of the banana supply, and there will be none left for us.
Exactly.
Damn.
It will get stuck with all the mango.
Not only did she take a right, she took a right and went into Matthew McConaughey's brain.
Right.
And put a rocket up her ass.
See, I'm talking about cereal. I think that Oily and Will should be on their own team. Banana, banana.
He said we didn't want this to be a serious thing. We were supposed to be having fun. So.
Oh, I thought he was serious. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I take my bananas seriously.
I don't want to know these bananas.
Don't mess with my
Will's like, eat all the bananas you want. They'll make more.
Let me tell you something, all right, Ohio? On my next giveaway, if I'm giving away fucking bananas, Will's going to put in 2 times. I want in twice. So it doesn't fucking matter. He'll eat a fucking banana. Was genetically fucking juiced or not, he's going to eat the fucking thing.
Jojo says he open carries his bananas.
He open carries. Yeah, actually, I think you actually concealed the banana because you put your toilet paper over top of it so you can open carry your toilet paper.
Of course I conceal my banana. I don't want
your banana in your pocket. Tuck your banana in your pocket or your belt, and a little bit of it hangs out, and that's where you put your toilet paper.
A banana in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
No, I got a banana in my pocket, exactly. I don't want other people to be jealous. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a banana. What was the next? You got another one?
Oh, I don't have another one. I didn't expect it to go this long, so on the topic. So, hey guys out there, let me know what you think. Did you enjoy the debate idea to throw some debates up, even though we had a couple serious topics and a couple topics that were off the wall. I think we all had fun with it in here. So if it's something else you guys like or have any topics that you might want to throw our way, hell, we might just throw us a topic. We might even debate it.
I got a topic.
Jello or Jello with fruit?
Where do we put the topic?
You're here. You just say it.
You just say it.
Yeah, just say it. You're...
All right.
Oh
so,
my gosh, Mark DePerv says he open carries his banana too.
Oh, you get caught doing that, you're gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
Probably along with this M&M's.
That's lewd and lascivious.
Here's my topic. Would you
Pro and con.
throw in?
I thought he froze up.
I know, I think he froze up too.
Well, my brain froze up. But
It must suck being your age.
I really wanted to debate the curfew thing, but
Oh, Lord.
Oh no, we're gonna get Tolly in here for that one.
I know. Yeah, we gotta wait for Tolly.
No, we can't do
You
that.
know what?
We can't.
If we can get Tolly in,
save that one for next week, maybe.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
is
you off.
Tolly's still out there? I mean, if he wants to jump in and debate this one topic, he's got a link. If he wants
He's
to
on my
debate this
team.
one topic
He's on my
He's
team.
and jump back out, that's fine with me. You don't have to stay in here the whole time. But if he wants to jump in and debate it, that's fine. If not, we can wait till maybe next week or something and debate it.
Yeah, we can do that.
He's got to go to bed, so we can go next week on that one.
And next
Okay.
week, yeah, we can do 2 debates next week, right? We can do that one, which is a good one, and then we can do the one you and I did on the Quagmire.
But people think as this week goes by. Keep thinking, keep remembering. Oh, your personal preferences, like
Out the window.
Dan Marino.
Yep, out the window. We can do the Ohio. We can do the death penalty like we did on the Quagmire.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How about
Yeah, that is a good one. That's a good one.
We'll do that one in Will's, and then during the week we'll think about what we want, right? And then the people in the chat room, they can think that maybe if they have one that they want us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if guys out in the chat room, if you've got a good one that you want to hear some people debate on it, whether it's serious or off the wall, crazy ass.
Oh, he's coming in. Tolly's coming in. Woohoo!
Send me a PM or something. Send me a PM. Just let me know what the topic is if you guys want to hear a certain topic debated next week. I don't think every Sunday we're going to do debates, but we'll do quite a bit of them.
what's the best state to live in a shit hit the fan situation?
Not Massachusetts.
That would be an entire chat.
Yeah, that'd be,
No other topics. Yeah.
yeah, that'd be rough.
You can't pick Massachusetts because I wouldn't. I'd have to be the moderator for that one.
I'd like to do like a thing like EDC and bushcraft. Is it really a thing, or is it just a word, or is it really a thing?
Nice one. Nice one.
I think there's a difference. EDC is bushcraft's like the art where you actually achieved an art.
20 years ago, what was it?
Oh, I don't know.
It was called camping 20 years ago.
It's called camping.
No.
Yeah, right. That's
I don't know. I don't know.
Chad,
EDC,
that's a good one.
I mean, everyday carry. I do have an everyday carry. I carry the same thing in my pockets every day. I got a knife, flashlight, lighter, my wallet, my phone, and I carry my gun.
Yeah, but is it just stuff in your pocket, or is it an actual thing?
See what he's saying?
I might be a little lost. I
piss a lot of people off talking about shit like that.
Chad, go ahead. Explain it to him.
Okay, we'll hold off on that because Mr. Fat Man Tully has joined. We are going to. You know what? Should this be? You guys, do you think this should be a one-on-one debate here, or do you guys want to throw your 2 cents in?
Can I be a cheerleader? Let's go, Tolly.
One-on-one is
One-on-one. Okay.
No offense,
One-on-one.
don't take offense.
Will,
No offense.
No.
Will the winner, Hornbuckle, ladies and gentlemen, against Scott, the Fat Man Tully.
That's nice.
They are going to debate curfew, and I believe this is not like shit hit the fan, Boston whole city lockdown curfew or riots curfew. This is more of a what, under the age of 17, 18-year-old curfew? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah,
Growing up curfew we had.
under 18.
Right.
Yeah, something like that.
Under 18.
Under 18 curfew, and I think in most cities or whatever that have curfews, I think it's what, 10 p.m.
I believe.
Or maybe 11. But I'm
Don't
the town
matter.
I grew up. Yeah, the town I grew up in was 10 p.m.
The
So
time's relative. It's all relative to time.
Right.
right.
Because what you're talking
But-
about is it doesn't matter what time it's. You're right. It doesn't matter what time that the curfew is. You're talking about the curfew itself.
And I'm pretty sure that we take it to Mr. Fatman Tully is pro curfew,
Hell yeah.
and Mr. Will Hornbuckle is anti curfew.
Right.
So, you know what? Let's get it on!
Let's get ready to rumble!
Rumble,
I
rumble,
just woke
rumble.
up my whole house.
I guess we'll let you go first.
Oh, thanks, Scott. Hey,
All right, age
Yeah, wait.
before beauty.
I think I'm older than Will.
Yeah, but I was giving you a compliment, though, brother. So you should have just let it ride.
Well, I gotta say, well, first of all, I'm anti-government making any decision in my life, my kid's life. So, in saying that, should the government be picking which size soft drink you order and stuff like that? I mean, it just never ends. It's unbelievable. And I've never lived in a place with any kind of curfew, and there's no problems. I'm looking out the window now. I don't see any kids. There's no problems. Now, granted, there's places probably in inner cities that are just whatever, infested with crime. Maybe I don't even know how, to what extreme or whatever. Maybe there's a situation somewhere in the world that a curfew may need to be in place at certain times for whatever reason. But I can't see any. Everything's fine up here. No curfew here. No government telling me what time to put my kids to bed. I digress.
Well, since you don't have kids,
Right.
we'll look at this from another point of view. The thing that I see the most is parents are neglectful and they're not teaching their kids the right ways to do things. So government has to impose some kind of restriction along there to hold the parents accountable. What happens is, in most curfew situations, if there's a 12-year-old kid walking the streets and stuff, it's the parents that are held responsible.
Right?
Amen.
So, you have a better way to hold parents responsible for their children?
Well, yeah. If the 12-year-old does something wrong, or is that a question directed to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're against a curfew, then we need to find another way to hold parents responsible for the actions of their children, right?
No. I mean, maybe.
We do. Parents have to be responsible for their children. It's the code of being a parent. That's what they have to do.
Okay. Well, you're assuming that the kid does something wrong to begin with, right? Just a kid outdoors doesn't mean he's doing something wrong. Not every kid is running around doing crimes.
Do you really think a 12-year-old kid should be outside at 12 o'clock at night?
That's not a crime.
I didn't say it was a crime. Do you think that it should be that way?
Say it again?
Do you think that a 12-year-old kid should be out wandering the streets at 11, 12 o'clock at night?
I think it's none of my business.
It is your business.
Why? Why is other people's kids my business?
Those are the kids that are running around, getting in trouble, and trying to find shit to do at 11, 12 o'clock at night when most of their friends are all in bed already.
Yeah, but then you're assuming they're doing crimes. Like I said, they're out there playing, having fun. We used to have fun all the time late, but I don't see any kids out there doing that right now. That's an extreme example. Most parents wouldn't let them, and only time that happens, like if they lie and say I'm spending the night at a friend's house, and then they go out and sneak out and do that kind of stuff.
Right, and then they get caught, and then the parents are held responsible.
If they do something wrong, yeah. If they
because of the curfew law.
Well, they get hurt.
Well, that's the problem. Being outdoors at midnight is not a crime. I mean, if they do something wrong, like break a window or cause trouble in some way, yeah, their parents should be held responsible. Just because they're out past midnight, what? The parents are going to be held responsible? And then what? They got to pay a fine?
What are they doing? What are they doing at 11 o'clock at night outside? What exactly are they doing? If not looking for a reason to cause trouble.
Hanging out, man. Hanging out, having fun.
What? All their friends with responsible parents putting their kids to bed at a reasonable hour. Those kids aren't out. Now, what are they doing?
I don't need the government telling me all that stuff you're talking about.
You don't have kids, so you can't really relate to it, right?
Well, I don't. I wasn't on D-Day on the beach either, but I can obviously understand it, and you know.
You can and you can't.
D-Day was very well documented, though.
Well, so were kids.
Yeah, and the curfew, reducing crime, such like that, has also been proven to be effective. No retort?
Oh, I was reading the comments.
It's well documented that curfews do deter children from committing crimes. It keeps them off the streets. It reduces drug use, reduces minor crimes, as in minor children committing crimes.
Yeah, I suppose if they kept everybody off the fucking streets, everybody, there would be less crimes, right? Why don't they just make us all go to bed at 10?
Well,
always kids doing crimes. Adults don't do crimes. Why stop at kids?
Say that now, did I? I'm talking.
It doesn't make sense. Of course, there's going to be less crimes if nobody's out doing anything, but there's also less people out enjoying freedoms of the United States of America that we all enjoy, that we have.
Specifically talking about 18 and under. 18 and under.
They still have freedoms, man. There's kids dying in Vietnam younger than 18.
Children in the eyes of the law.
Kids in World War II younger than 18.
Yeah, right.
You're like living in.
What's going on with Mike? Hang on, guys. What's going on with Mike? He's about to explode. What's going on, Mike?
Come on, Will. Are you telling me you were out in the streets at midnight?
I used to sneak out a lot. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't ask you that.
Sneak out.
I asked you, when you were growing up, did you have a certain time that you had to be in the house? Yes or no?
Sure.
You had a curfew. Thank you.
Yeah, it's whenever your mom yells or whatever.
So your mom was a responsible parent.
When I was in my teens on the weekends, we used to go out and stay out late.
But your mom was a responsible parent. She had you in by a certain time. Thank you. Sorry, I had to interject that.
Are you okay, Mike?
Everyone on this panel had parents that were responsible and kept them and told them when they had to come in at night. When the sun, get your butt in the house. It's time to
see. I would tell you it wasn't like that for me because I grew up in the country and I didn't live in a neighborhood or town, so therefore I wasn't out causing trouble. If I was outside after dark, it was probably, in our yard or something. It was with a campfire or a tent. Hide and seek. Yeah, it wasn't. But we didn't live anywhere near a neighborhood or city. Our closest neighbor was like a half a mile away.
Okay,
so.
Okay, Ohio, when your boys turn 13, right, are they going to be out till midnight?
No.
Okay, thank you. Because you're a responsible parent. And they belong in bed. I'm sorry.
Would you call my wife and tell my wife that, please?
Sure. I'm sorry, Mr. Talia. Go ahead.
So, all right. So let's go back. How do we identify these kids? How do we identify them?
We don't. They're all the kids are supposed to be in at a reasonable hour.
Okay, how do you know it? Let's go back to what I said before. How do you know it's a kid? If I'm walking down a road with my hoodie over my head, how do you know I'm a kid?
Because most adults aren't going to wear their hoodie up over their head and their pants hanging down to their ass.
Well, let's say I wear a hoodie. I mean, I'm 50 and I wear a hoodie, so I'm not 50 yet, but I'm close enough.
And I'm gonna shoot you with my
I don't have the pants drooping down.
You better not buy no Skittles with that hoodie on.
That's right. Or I'm gonna shoot you with my concealed carry banana gun.
I mean, it's
toilet paper on the other side.
Now here's something well, I mean, do you want? All right. How about the parents that let their kids eat fast fucking food? What's your problem there? People
Do they eat it?
That's the highest death rate in the fucking world. Do
they eat it 7 days a week?
Hang on, Mike. Let's try to step out again and step out of this conversation. I can't do it. I know. I'll have to mute you, ass man. I'll have to mute you. Hey, go ahead, Will. It's all
I mean, you don't need the government. Listen, there's going to be some bad parents. There's always going to be some bad parents. I mean, that doesn't mean that you, as a parent, can't decide. Okay, little Jimmy and Bobby, he's going to stay out late tonight and play with his friends. So that's fine with me, I guess. You know.
Okay, what do they need to be out that late for?
Because he asked. Because everybody was when they were young. You were always in the house by what time? 9? Your whole fucking teenage life? Come on.
No, I worked a full-time second shift job.
Well, then you were out after curfew.
Yes, I was.
But you're against it now?
I'm not against curfews. I'm all for curfews.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You're against being out, though.
I had a legitimate reason to be out.
Oh, I see. Okay, so when you got a legitimate reason.
And part of the curfews that we had there, if there was a reason, they could be out 15 minutes after curfew or some shit like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. Jesus Christ, I was 16 years old. I'm 51 now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember exactly how it was worded, but it gave me 15 minutes to walk home.
And then what if you got caught?
I explained to them I just got off of work at 11 o'clock, and I'm on my way home. And they would say, well, it's 11:25 now. Why are you still out? Let's take you home and talk to your mom.
I don't know, man. All I can do is attest to. I'm looking out the window. I don't see any problem. There's no curfew here. I mean, this isn't Nazi Germany, is it? What the fuck? I've never heard of such a thing. It's just crazy to me. It's baffling, mind-boggling.
I don't know what's boggling about it.
It is. It's just because I just never heard of it. I lived in a lot of different states too. Never heard of it anywhere. Curfew.
I've been all over the world. Curfews are all over the place if you do a little bit of research a little bit.
I suppose I would have to.
Yeah. Are you sure there's no curfew on the books in your town?
No, I'm not.
So speaking from an educated point of view, but you haven't educated yourself on the subject because it doesn't concern you.
It concerns. All right. Well, that's not.
Well, it doesn't.
That's not a fair thing to say. I mean, that's like, well, I'm not gay. Gay rights. I can argue for them. It's their own fucking business. Is whatever they want to do, right? But it doesn't concern me because I'm not gay.
What do you got to say, Oily?
Say that for anything. For guns. I don't own a gun, right? Well, I can still argue for people carrying guns, even though I don't own a gun, right?
What I have to say is this. Maximum freedom, maximum responsibility. Just like we shouldn't hold gun holders, people who own guns, for the, accountable and punish them for the acts of a few that carry guns or whatever. We should not hold kids to, to a curfew that, for the actions of a few of the ones that are acting out. I think you should. Now, me as a mom, I set a curfew for my kids because I feel like nothing good happens after a certain time. With that being said, I still think that it falls along the same lines. You're punishing all the kids for something a few do, and I just think that if they are caught in an illegal act, then yes, deal with the parents and the kids. Both should be punished, but I don't think that you should punish kids for something. I grew up in a small town, and I was out till 12 or 1 o'clock. You know what we did? We hung out at friends' houses, and then I'd walk home or whatever. Or, that doesn't mean that we were up to no good just because we were out later.
Peachy, at what age, though, honey? You weren't doing that at 12, right? You weren't out till 1 in the morning at 12 years old.
You're on this argument now.
At 12 in the summertime, we would play basketball in the street and at the corner of our house because it wasn't a high-traffic area. We'd all go out there and hang out, or we'd play hide-and-seek at night in our neighborhood.
But you're at your house playing basketball. Okay, you're not.
No, we would be out in the street down the block, and not every. I mean, if you're having a game with a bunch of kids, we can't all be at our own houses playing basketball with each other. I mean, somebody's not going to be at their house, but we wasn't up to no good.
But you're in a neighborhood and you're not far from home.
Right. You're not 5 miles, 6 miles, 8 miles away from your house, right?
Some of the kids that came over to play were.
Okay, so you're going to tell. So at 13, you were playing basketball at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? I don't get the big deal either. We used to play games all the time.
Well, first of all, let me tell you something. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, because I'm the guy at 1 o'clock in the morning. If I'm sleeping and I hear a fucking basketball bouncing,
that's what I was going to say.
I'm sticking a fucking knife in that fucking basketball. Number one, let's get that straight. And I am the Nazi basketball player at 1 in the morning. But oh hell yeah.
Okay, what's
that's go for anybody though? Noise complaints,
But there is a noise. There's also a noise curfew. In my town right now, where I live right now, I can't go and start a chainsaw at fucking 11 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And I also can't start it before 7 o'clock in the morning.
I think what Will's point is, don't punish somebody until they commit a crime. It's like the thought police.
Right.
Exactly.
Part of the problem, Ohio, it's trying to prevent crime.
Yeah, you shouldn't be in the crime prevention business. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, the gun people are trying to say the same thing, that they're trying to prevent crimes. So if we don't have any guns, there won't be any crime. Well, before there were guns, there were knives, there were other things that people killed other people with. I mean, there's always going to be something.
Oily. I'm not poking fun. I'm just trying to figure this out. So you already you opened your statement with you have a curfew for your children, which is I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you when I'm about to ask you either. So don't take it that way. So you have a curfew for your children, but yet you believe that there shouldn't be curfews. So therefore, why not just let your kids?
No, I don't believe there should be a government mandated curfew. I think it's
trying to say that the parents should raise the damn kids.
Yep. Yeah, but that's part of the problem. Parents aren't raising their kids.
No, sir.
And I get that, but then you punish the kids and the parents who are not.
It's going to be true regardless, Scott. I mean, just because you don't need the government walking you around with a leash doesn't mean that all these kids are going to be raised right all of a sudden.
And just like look at Chicago, just because there's anti-gun laws doesn't mean people don't get shot. I mean, it's one of the worst places there.
No, you're right. You're right there. I'm not saying that, but all I'm saying is that so it's like if I'm not now, let me make my point. I'm not talking about 17, 18-year-old kids, because at 18 you're old enough to go die for your country. You can be out fucking the cows come home for all I give a shit. You're 18. So I'm talking about 17 and under. Okay. I have a 17-year-old son. Well, he's going to be 17 next month. All right. I have a 17-year-old son. Dad, can I go to the show? Yeah, you can go to the show. What time are you coming home? Well, we're thinking about going to a real late show. Well, when's the real late show start? Well, it starts at 10:30, Dad. I said, what time you'll be home? What time? How long is the movie? Dad, why are you asking me all these questions? I wonder what time you coming back to my house.
All right.
I don't allow him to come in after midnight.
But that's your choice. If you didn't want him to go to the late show, you would tell him, no, I don't want you going to the late show. I don't like you getting back that late.
Yeah, are you government making that choice for you?
What's that?
Government making that choice for you?
Well, the town that he goes to does have a you can't. It's not a you don't get arrested for a type curfew deal. It's just a they call it it's something I forget how it's really worded, but it's like something about minors, yada 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 yada. And what it is, it's a call to the parent, and the parent has to come down and explain. Do you know why your kid's out? Da 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 da. And I'd say, yeah, I told him he can go to the show. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I want him back here before midnight.
Right. But the government shouldn't be telling you what time your kid should be back. I mean,
but if the town,
it's kind of like the minimum wage thing.
But if the town
it doesn't necessarily solve anything.
If my town says, if my town selectmen deem it necessary because we're having crime problems, okay, and my town deems it necessary and says we have a curfew at 11 o'clock, well, I'm going to abide by that rule, and I'll probably make it till 10:30, so make him get in before the curfew, so there's no problems. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't think a curfew is the same thing as fast food. Where I do agree with you, Will, okay, like in New York, I don't know if you're aware of this, in the state of New York, they took away the Biggie Cokes and the Biggie Fries out of Wendy's because they say it makes people too fat, and they took away the big candy bars and the Reese's Pieces that come 5 in a pack. You can't buy them in the state of New York anymore. I agree with you on that, but you can't compare that to a child's safety, or a child might veer and commit a crime. You can't compare the two.
Well, an adult might veer and commit a crime too. I mean,
but hang on.
Yeah.
We're only talking about people under the age of 18.
Well,
an adult is an adult.
You guys take it down to 12. Oh, would you let your
No,
12?
I said, Will, you just heard me say 17 to down. You just heard me say 17 and down, brother.
All right. Well, so what do you think?
Okay, the debate could be somebody that's, the brain doesn't actually finish developing and maturing completely to where you can foresee the consequences of your actions until around the age of 25. Does that mean they shouldn't allow anybody 25 and under because they can't fully comprehend the
Well, if your brain is not developed until you're 25 years old, then somebody better call the government. Okay, then somebody better call the government and say you can't join the Marines and the Army until you're 25.
I don't think you should be able to.
Or the police force.
Or the police force, exactly.
Or get a driver's license.
Right.
Or drink alcohol.
You see the road you're going down with that? You can't.
But
that's a mess in
what I'm
of
saying.
itself.
You're wanting to delegate. You know what I mean? It's a slippery slope if you do it that way. You're debating on why we should take somebody's rights away, and it doesn't matter if they're youth or not. It's still their right.
It does, because minors don't have they do
have rights.
No, they do, but they don't have. Oh, what the hell is the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, no wonder they don't respect anything when they get older.
Oh, what do you call it?
Product of your upbringing.
It's the super. I forget.
Wow, guys, Kojo made a pretty cool comment out there. I want to address it. I don't want to address it, but I just want to bring it up. He said we all make the mistake of thinking we own kids, and I kind of agree with him. I mean, the kids. They do have their own lives, man. We don't own them. They are a human being. I mean, that would be a type of slavery.
It's
I mean,
right.
you have a responsibility
To protect them. To protect them.
Protect them, yes, exactly, but not. You know,
and part of that.
I mean, that's ownership of another human being, and I understand exactly what he's saying, but you know, parents are. I don't know. It's just a slippery road, you know.
I don't think it is at all. I think the definition of a parent is to protect your children, keep them safe, and raise them to know right from wrong, and raise them to do the right thing.
Right, but that's not the government's job.
You're right, it's not. But the government's stepping in because that's not happening. Those things
that makes sense. It's not. It's happening here. I'm like
those parents accountable,
we don't have any crime here.
Not the responsible ones.
Yeah.
My daughter used to close at a convenience store. I mean, if there would have been a curfew for 10 or 11, she wouldn't have made it home in time. She wouldn't have been able to work that job.
But that's what I'm saying. There's usually a stipulation in a curfew that says if you're going to and from work, that's a different story.
That's what but it's still a slippery slope. You give them this inch, and then they'll take a mile. You know.
Let me ask you this. My kid's going to be getting his driver's license soon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fair that the government says he can't drive past 1 o'clock in the morning? Is that fair?
I don't think so.
The government should tell you anything.
I'm just saying it, but you know what? You know why they're doing it?
So well, like what I'm hearing Will say is Will is a fan of anarchy.
But why do they do it? But why do they keep them from driving at 1 o'clock or after 1 o'clock? What happens after 1 o'clock? What good things happen after 1 a.m.? Nothing. And who's on the road at 1 a.m.? Drunks and cops.
Bars.
That's why alcohol should be illegal, to protect our children.
Not what I'm talking. Right. It's not what I said. It's not what I said.
Why not?
Because you have a young junior driver, okay, out at night. It's not. I think it's a great idea.
Go back.
I don't have an issue with it. No, it's got nothing to do with prohibition. It's got to do with trying to be safe.
You're still punishing all children and all parents for the actions of the few that go out and get into trouble. I mean, I can maybe.
Okay, so let's not have. Let me ask you this.
Small town, how many?
So let's not have speed limits either. Why have a speed limit? I'll tell you what. You live in a neighborhood like mine, right? The houses are close together. Millions of kids. No sidewalk, by the way. Millions of kids. I should be able to do 80 miles an hour down the street if people were walking their dogs and kids are riding their bikes, right? Family of five's taking a bike ride, right? They all got their helmets on. They got the fucking orange flags on the back of their bikes, right? They're doing everything right. I should be able to go by them at 80 miles an hour. Why should they, right? Why not? We don't need safety.
They do on Highway 183.
We don't need safety. Why do you have stop signs at an intersection? Fuck that. You don't need stop signs or red lights. We don't need them anymore.
You can't drive. They're just telling you to drive at a safe speed limit.
But they're telling me. But they're telling me. Why are they telling me I have to?
Well, here's the thing, Mike.
The curfews are made to keep people safe, keep kids safe.
Exactly.
Mike, have you ever been in a town driving when the power goes out and all the red lights and stuff are just flashing and they're not turning green or anything?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What happens? People stop at the intersection and they treat it like a four-way stop, and then they drive slower and everything. Why? Because they don't want to die. We don't need all this stuff.
And that's where the maximum freedom, maximum responsibility comes in. Would that be responsible even if you wasn't supposed to be? Would that be responsible to do that? No, it wouldn't be responsible to drive through those neighborhoods at 50, 60, 80 miles an hour. It wouldn't be responsible. And if you did hit somebody and you killed somebody, you should be punished for that. It's kind of like when the weather's bad, you're not supposed to go 60 on that highway. You're supposed to go to what is best for that particular weather situation. The same way, and depending on what traffic you're in, or
why do they do that? Why do they do that? So people don't get hurt.
You're injecting common sense into the equation.
Exactly.
Okay, but the problem is common sense tells me that my kids shouldn't be wandering the street at 12 o'clock at night when they're 13
Right, and that
or
should
12
be,
years old.
but that shouldn't be the government saying, well, here's what's our common sense, and so I'm going to push all this onto you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because otherwise, Scott, you're making decisions for my kids. I don't have any, but you're making not only decisions for your own kids, but you're also making decisions for my kids and everybody else's kids. Just because you feel that way, just because you feel like all these kids are committing crimes when they're out there, they can be doing nothing else but illegal activity.
No.
You have
doing that.
It's just crazy.
I'm sorry, but that cracked me up. Woo!
Let's say they're not committing crime, but what if they have a greater chance of getting hurt, or being taken, or being raped, or being sodomized?
Sure they do.
Else too.
Mike, jump on the mic. Mike, jump on the mic. There you go.
All right, so they're not. They take it. All right, let's say they're not committing a crime. We'll go with that. They're not committing a crime.
Right.
Okay. They're about the boys and all that. Okay.
Yep.
Now they're 12, 13 years old. It's midnight, 12:30, whatever. They're walking down the street, miles from home.
Saturday night, no school.
Right. Saturday night, no school. And Joe Blow friggin' Diddler is out and about. And now you got a predator out there. Is that okay?
During the day,
right, but why put the kid in a situation? Jobs as parents and everything is not to put your kid in that situation. Am I right? Am I wrong?
You shouldn't put your kid in that situation.
Okay, then they shouldn't be on the goddamn street at 12:30 at night.
Government telling me what is best for my kids, because I look at each of my kids individually and to see how responsible they are, and determine from there whether they should be doing what, having permissions based on that. Myself, I don't want somebody else telling me that my kid should be in at 10 if I have things, we have situations that come up and they need to be out later, or they are over at a friend's house watching movies and they don't get done till late, and then they're on their way home and then they get in trouble for that. If I feel like that child is responsible, just like my son and my daughter. My son was very irresponsible. He wasn't where he was supposed to be and things like that. So, yeah, we pulled back on his curfew, things like that. But my daughter, she was more responsible. She was where she was supposed to be when we would go and check and make sure she was, things like that. So I felt more comfortable with her being right, but having a little bit more leeway.
Exactly, but you used the word responsible twice. And again, you're a responsible parent. And for the parents that aren't responsible, what do? Just let them run amok?
But that's it. It's maximum freedom, maximum responsibility.
Your kid right. You better trust your kid.
If the kid goes out and gets in trouble, then punish them for that act. Don't punish them for being out if they're hanging out with their friends and they're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, you're punishing all the kids for just because one parent doesn't raise their kids right or whatever. Even if you raise your kids right, there's no guarantee they're going to turn out right.
Do I?
So on the other hand, Will, would you support stricter penalties on the parent for the child that did go out and get in trouble?
Yes, I would.
Like jail time and a higher fine because they didn't take responsibility.
Well, wait a minute. That gets into why you're charging a parent with something he didn't do it. The kid did it.
Well, I've got to live.
The parent wasn't
responsible for the kids.
They're still responsible for their kids, and that's where that should be on the parents, not on the government.
We all live from past people's mistakes. War, slavery, we all do. We all live it. No matter if we want to or not, or if it's right or not, we live from people's shit. And we got the rules and everything and blah, 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 which everybody does. Everybody.
I mean, kids commit crimes during the day, too.
What?
Night or day doesn't make a difference. And again, that goes into assuming that everybody's up to some kind of evil thing. Some kids are just out having fun, on a Saturday there's no school, or summer. I mean, you got how many months in the summer? 3 months, no
Heck,
school?
we used to go out to catch
Get
frogs
8 weeks.
and
Get
stuff
8
like
weeks
that in the creek in the
if you're
middle of
lucky.
town.
If you're lucky, you get 8 weeks.
I mean, you listen to your parents,
wasn't lucky. I had
Scott.
to work.
If you listen to your parents'
Right.
stories, I mean, they had stories of the racing cars as teenagers, and they were probably all drinking and whistling out the window with the cops going by. Nobody
They
cared
weren't.
back then.
They weren't 13. They were probably 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, well, this was 18 and under, right?
You know, 17 and under.
And I look back and think how mature I thought I was at that age. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's better for the
I'm
parents
like-
to look and determine how they feel coming from a point of wisdom rather than the government saying, well, all 15-year-olds are too irresponsible to be out past 10 o'clock.
Well, I'm like Tolly. When I was in high school, I got a job when I was 15, and then as soon as because I was 15, I could only work X amount of hours. But then when I worked 16, I could work as many hours as I wanted to. And so when I worked 16, I used to work. I got out of school at 2:30. I was at work at 2:45, and I got out at 9:30, 10 o'clock. I only lived a half mile away from work. I'd walk home. I get home at 10:30 at night, and I wasn't bothered because they knew.
You didn't commit no crimes on the
What's
way
that?
home?
You didn't commit no
Yeah, I hung out on Friday nights. We hung out in parking lots, drank beer, and smoked weed.
All
At
right.
15
So there you
15,
go.
16
Now we're
years
down
old.
to the bottom of it. So what's your fear of these kids doing that? Huh?
Because I want. See, here's the difference.
Yeah.
Guess what? I've probably done every drug known to man except for fucking heroin. Okay, but does that mean that I want my kid to do it? Absolutely not. I want my kid to be better than I was by a long shot. Okay, I want my kids to be smarter than me by a long shot, and I don't want my kids doing any fucking thing that I did stupidly at all.
That. You don't need the government to teach them that.
But well, you would have total anarchy if you had your way.
No. I heard you say that earlier. No, I mean stop signs and stuff like that. Of course. Do I think we need to be pulled over for going five over in a 25? No. I don't think there should be any speeding tickets either. Anything like that keeps the government. I mean, they're just road pirates, man, taking your fucking money. That's all they are.
So then you don't believe in speed limits, then, like I said.
I don't believe in tickets. There's a big difference.
So you get pulled over and not get a ticket. I don't understand.
Sure, why not?
That makes no sense.
How do they enforce the speed limit if they don't give you a ticket?
I said if you're going 5 over and a 25, you shouldn't get any fucking tickets for any amount of money.
Yeah, I don't know a cop yet that would pull you over for 5 over.
I haven't got one yet, but
My
anyway,
daughter was.
Yeah, they're all over here.
Well,
I haven't got one. I live in this.
for a reason. I mean, the limits are set for a reason.
But I mean,
Laws are in place for a reason. It's like that.
it doesn't have
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be such a drastic fucking thing from curfew to complete anarchy. It doesn't have to be
Well,
that.
no, because you said, but you brought it up saying that the government has no right to tell you this. Yes, you do.
They don't. No, as in the curfew, they do not. They don't.
Yeah, but you went down the road of saying the government doesn't have a. We were on the curfew thing, and you went down the road saying it's just like the government doesn't have a right to tell me what I can eat for fast food, which I agree with you on the fast food thing. Okay, but so if you're going to swap from curfew to that, I can swap from curfew to that. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Curfew.
You said you didn't think the government should be able to tell you what to do. And I believe that was your exact words. The government shouldn't be able to tell you what to do.
Okay.
Okay, it's kind of like this. I think on the seatbelt thing, it's kind of like seatbelts. Yeah, is it smart to wear your seatbelt? Of course.
Yeah, there you
Should
go.
the government be forcing me to wear my seatbelt? No. Driving on the road, on a curve going 80 miles an hour where I could kill somebody else, that's a little different than
Yeah, you put the public in danger. It's not only yourself. It's like we're going down a road in a motorcycle without a helmet on. Should be legal. No, there should be nowhere where that should be illegal, right? The government should have no say if you want to get on a fucking motorcycle and go down the road with no helmet on.
Well, here's the thing.
But if you try,
here's the thing on that, okay? And I used to believe the same thing. I used to believe that it should be a choice, okay? Yeah. And I used to jokingly say, you know, those that the difference between a helmet and not wearing a helmet is the difference between a open casket or a closed casket at 70 miles an hour, okay? But here's what I looked into. You not having a helmet, and let's say if you had a helmet, you could have lived, okay? Or let's say that you're in a hospital for whatever, and now you don't have any insurance, okay? Now I'm paying your fucking hospital bill.
Same thing.
Because you don't have any fucking insurance, so it does matter.
Yeah, when you have a heart attack, drinking those large sodas and the cheeseburger, it's the same fucking argument. Yeah,
I'm just telling you that's what
the government's saying their business is because, you know, they have a right to tell us what to eat and what to drink and how much because, you know, it's putting that expense on other people.
Yeah, you could say about the same thing about smoking. You could say the same thing about anything in the
There is a thing on smoking. You can't buy cigarettes unless you're, what, 21 now?
Yeah, so but the public still pays
it's 18.
Who are over that end up getting cancer or getting emphysema or other things.
So then why shouldn't we, we should lower the smoking age to, I started smoking when I was 13 years old.
Started when I was 12.
So we should let 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds go buy a pack of butts and smoke them down, right? Right?
They do. They get them anyway.
We should let a 13-year-old kid. We should let a 13-year-old kid get up on an RM80 or an RM1. Well, they can't do an RM125. They're too small. Well, we should let a 13-year-old kid that does motocross do motocross without a helmet on. Why not?
That's posing like an immediate danger, and as far as them smoking or whatever, they get it anyways. Almost every kid that I know of that smokes, they found a way to get it. It doesn't
make it right.
Law.
That don't make it
right. But a kid wearing a helmet on motocross, you know, a child doesn't have the mental capacity to make a decision like that. An adult does. You know the consequences. If you don't wear a helmet and you wreck, you can be paralyzed or brain dead the rest of your life. That's the choice you made as an adult.
Yeah.
Right.
Same thing with a seatbelt. And like Whaley was saying, there's no way you should get pulled over for not having a seatbelt on, for one. It's none of their fucking business. Unless you're in a position where you can hurt somebody else, it's none of their business. And then you could make that argument, well, for a curfew, there's kids out there that could hurt something else.
Exactly, that's where I was going.
That's a thought crime, right? You're into the thought crime and the thought police?
What do you mean a thought crime? You're going to tell me that you don't know of a 13-year-old kid that's ever committed a crime before?
But you're thinking that it's like the government's thinking that everybody that has a gun, you're going to prevent the crime.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it's the exact same thing. You're saying, well, if people didn't have guns, then there wouldn't be shootings.
What's the average age of a What's the average age of a gang member?
13.
Probably 13 or 14.
Thank you.
But that goes back to the parents.
Right. But what's the average age? What's the average age of a Boy Scout? What's the average age of a Boy Scout who's not out committing crimes?
Right.
12, 13, 14 for a Boy Scout, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. You know, it's an individual thing. A curfew is punishing every 13-year-old child.
Exactly.
Yeah, what's Rumblefish and all those West Side Story? How old were those kids in those little gangs? Huh?
Oh, yeah, I forget. I know what you're saying.
No, but we wouldn't have the problem with crime if they would just settle fucking street gang, issues with dancing,
Right.
If they would have dance-offs instead of fucking drive-bys, maybe we'd go out in the middle. Maybe we would stay out later past curfew and have some adults in the streets to watch the entertaining dance-offs.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And that, that's Boy Scouts have adult supervision.
Right.
And generally, the Boy Scouts parents are responsible parents, and they're not letting their kids run around at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You can't have a neighborhood adult supervisor running around with them.
Sure, you could.
Sure, you could. And that makes it fine. If you're out, let's say you're the neighborhood supervisor, okay, and you got a kid, and so you're gonna go whatever. You're gonna go take a walk at night to listen to the fucking crickets, whatever you want to do, okay. And you got, and your son has 3 friends in the neighborhood, and you guys want to go take a walk. Go right ahead. You know why? Because you're a supervisor. You're a 49, you said you were, whatever. All right, you're a 49-year-old man. Go right ahead. But if they're 13 with no supervision at 2 a.m., yeah, there's an issue.
Now, I'm stupid enough to let my kid go without a seatbelt, go without, I mean, there's some things that, yeah, I can see a kid, if they're getting, if it's putting them at such a high risk for getting hurt, I understand, like, the seatbelt thing. But really, as a parent, it still should be my responsibility to put them in their seatbelt, and if they're not in their seatbelt and something happens to them, I should be punished to the full extent of the law.
Yeah, here's a little bit more on that. Like having your, it would be like, now I'm for the government enforcing strapping your kid, baby and stuff like that, in a seat in the back, because that's somebody else's safety. That's somebody else. You're driving the vehicle. Whether you have a seatbelt on doesn't make a shit. But if you have passengers in their car and their children, they need to be secured by you. That's pretty simple.
Yep.
Oh, so you're talking about the parents being responsible again.
There's a difference, though. The difference is, you don't see the difference?
What?
The difference is if they get in a wreck and the children get killed, right? Now, the difference in the curfew is the kids are just going out. They aren't doing anything wrong. Yeah, some of them might, but not all of them. And any time, I mean, there's what? How many deaths a year from car accidents?
Too many.
Too many, and a baby can't make those decisions. And your baby's not going to be out running the streets at midnight, right? We're talking about older kids. So there's a big difference there.
That's why I like New Hampshire's law on seatbelts. 16 and under is a must, and then 17 and over is your choice.
There you go. I can live with that. I mean, that's reasonable.
That's how New Hampshire does it. However, because I drive a commercial vehicle over 10,000 pounds, I have to drive with my seatbelt on, or I have to pay a $75 fine.
Oh, what's the reason for that?
I don't know. It's a commercial. It's DOT says you have. DOT says you have to. It's like I also can't. I can make a call on my cell phone, in my car, okay. But if I'm in my if I'm at work and I'm driving their truck, and I make a call and the cop sees me, that's a $2,000 fine.
Yeah, you're putting people in
federal. Well, I'm putting people in danger in my fucking car too. But that's, it's kind of like the drunk driving laws, okay? I don't drink anymore, you guys know that. But if I did, okay, and I blow anything more than a .04, I'm fucked. Damn. My wife is a nurse, okay? She gets a drunk driving charge, and she blows anything more than a .04. She's not a nurse anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's
.04, you're losing your job too.
But that's the maximum responsibility part.
Exactly, totally. But I'm just saying that
my commercial license, I never gave it up.
Yeah, but that's how all the laws all changed on commercial licenses. It sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I
don't even drive a tractor trailer. I just drive a box truck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't think we've ever been able to come to a conclusion on this topic, so.
I don't think there's actually any Wolverines in Ohio.
I don't think there's any Wolverines in Ohio either. I think that's a fallacy.
Damn.
There are in Colorado. That's where the Wolverines are from, you know.
Might be. I don't know.
Wow. I like your new hat pin there, Batman. I like your hat pin. Your new hat pin.
Right now, Tennessee, baby.
Tennessee.
No, I thought you had a hat accessory there. Is it gone? Did you move it?
Accessory. I'm not flashy like you, but
Oily, you're from Tennessee.
In his ear in a mist.
Oily, you're from Tennessee, right?
Oklahoma.
Oh, I thought you were, because you're the only 10 I see.
Peachy.
Where's Peachy? Peachy's in here, too?
Yeah.
Peachy, you're from Tennessee, right?
No, I'm from Texas.
I could have sworn you were from Tennessee, because you're the only Tennessee I see.
Wow.
I didn't see you in here. I would have said, hey, ladies, so I apologize for not including you.
Oh, I keep coming back. The power keeps flickering on and off, and
That's not a
stayed
good
down
thing.
for a while.
You got a storm coming?
Probably. I checked the radar, and I don't see anything building, but they could pop up in a heartbeat.
Right.
Kojo said we all need to kiss and make up.
Oh, man.
it ain't that weird. It's all good.
It's all good.
Everybody has different opinions, and everybody's entitled to them.
That's right. That's what makes us go around. That's what the country was formed on. Difference of opinion.
All about the debate tonight.
Difference of opinion made the country.
No, Mike, you're wrong. My opinion is right. Not yours.
Exactly. Exactly.
Canning your own food versus store-bought dried food.
Hey, Ohio, we can do another one next week, too. Frozen vegetables or canned vegetables?
Oh, man. Don't get me started on the frozen versus canned.
Jerry,
for Christ's sake, you went top and bottom on toilet paper. You went top and bottom on toilet paper. You can do frozen or canned veggies.
I'm just saying. I mean, that might be a whole chat on its own. Frozen versus fresh, or frozen versus canned.
Morlocks versus Eloys.
Kojo, that was weak. Kojo, let me ask.
Versus Star Trek.
Wait a minute. Kojo thought my Tennessee thing was weak. So let me try this one. Hey, Peachy and Oily, I have a question for both of you.
What?
Did it hurt?
Did what?
Did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
Why?
I'm just asking because you guys are both angels.
I kind of got dropped on my horns when I fell, so.
Are you tired?
How's that one, Kojo? Any better?
Are you tired, darling? You've been running around in my brain all day.
How about this one?
Around in mine too, fat man.
I always liked was your daddy a thief because he stole the stars and skies or the stars from the sky and put them in your eyes or something. I don't know.
Or something, yes.
You guys.
Yeah, my favorite line was, "Hey, you want to go back to my house for a pizza and a fuck?" And when they say no, you go, "What's the matter? You don't like pizza?"
No, what's going on here?
How about you work at McDonald's? Because I'm loving it right now.
Oh,
have it your way, Mikey.
Oh, good comeback. Oh, that's a good one.
I never should have changed their prize.
Hey, what was that movie when he asked Ohio? What was the name of that movie when he asked the girl if you wanted to go back and fuck? And she said no, and he goes, "Well, I guess a blowjob's out of the question."
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
What was the name of that
movie?
Was that Hollywood
Was it
Nights?
Dice Clay? Oh.
No, I thought.
No, it wasn't Dice Clay.
No, it wasn't stand up. It was a movie.
Well, he's been in a few.
I can't.
Yeah, I thought it was like The Adventures of Ford Fairlane is what I was thinking.
It might have been. It sounds like a Dice Clay line.
How about this one? Are you a magician?
Uh-oh.
When I look at you, everyone else disappears.
Wow, I like that.
Sweet. I gotta put that in the bank. Oh.
Do you have a Band-Aid?
No, I don't.
Because I scraped my knee falling for you.
Oh, really? I love it. Nice. I'm gonna have to start using some of these.
I gotta turn the lights off. Hang on a minute.
Right. And check.
Do you know what my shirt is made of? Girlfriend.
Could it be Phil? girlfriend material.
I've heard that one. Yeah.
I want to live in your socks so I can be with you every step of the way.
Oily's got a link pulled up somewhere to all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Take off.
Baker.
Have a good night.
Good night,
Hey,
Scott.
Scott, thanks for jumping in, man. Thanks for jumping in.
No problem, man.
See you, man.
Have a good night, brother.
You all be
Is
good.
your daddy a baker?
I'm not gonna be here much longer. I gotta go to work in the morning.
Oh man.
I'm about to cut it anyway. We've been going over 3 hours. It doesn't seem like it. Tonight's kind of flew by pretty quick.
Whang.
Okay. Last one. Is your daddy a baker? Because you sure have some nice buns.
I like Jerry Pruitt's. Want to have breakfast in the morning? Or do you think we will be done?
I was feeling a little off today, but you sure did turn me on.
I gotta write all these down so I can use them for my wife.
Yeah. You don't use stuff like that with your wife. You save that for better occasions.
Yeah, but it gets me what I want though. See, like, so I say to her, "Hey, honey, can I go hunting for the weekend?" You know what I mean? Yeah, Kojo, I like that one the best. Hey,
But you know what, Mike? There's another solution to that because duct tape has been turning no, no, no into for a long time now.
Can I take your picture to prove to all my friends that angels do exist?
I lost my number. Can I have yours?
Hey, I had a buddy of mine actually do that. Well, not that, but he took his phone and threw it at the girl in like a Mustang or whatever and rode off. He threw his phone in her car and took off and then, called his phone. I was like, that's pretty slick, but I wouldn't have done it.
Your body is 65% water, and I'm thirsty. What?
Damn it, boy.
You know what? Am I the only one that's just sad to admit that all those lines that Peachy has said, or Oily has said, they're working?
I'm a little verklempt.
Oh my goodness.
I'll just say you want to have dinner and go shoot guns.
That works too.
If I were a cat, I would spend all 9 lives with you. Did you read Dr. Seuss as a kid? Because green eggs and damn.
All the foods in Whoville just got whooped.
Oh my God.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and shut this down. I want to thank everybody that came out and hung out with us for the great debates. I'd like to thank all my panel members that joined us tonight. Don't forget, Tuesdays, Dig That Tone, Jack of All Trades. Still undetermined what channel it's going to be on. Maybe the Fat Man, maybe mine, who knows. I'm pretty sure there will be a Dig That Tone. It just depends on whose channel it's going to be on.
Well, it's happening.
But it's happening. Friday night, Mike DeLucia, The Quagmire. What's that, 10 o'clock? Is that what you're saying?
10 o'clock. 10
o'clock. 10 o'clock on Friday. Dig That Tone is usually, 10:30, 11, somewhere around that time. I think 11.
And what time does Oily's start now? You changed the time on Oily, right?
Yeah, 7:30
Yeah.
Central, 8:30 Eastern on
8:30
Tuesday.
Eastern on Tuesday. So you watch Oily, you get all oiled up, and then you come Dig That Tone. So get oiled up before you come digging on the tone. And
Now let's get the hell out of here because our curfew was up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, don't forget right here on this channel, Sunday Night Shenanigans. I think I finally just decided to stay with that name right there, Sunday Night Shenanigans. So, all right, guys. On that note, we are out. Thank you.
Hi, guys.
So